Yeah. It's Prov. Yeah. Read my mind, baby, can you see the times? I want you to be my wife, baby, please don't waste my time. I got too much work to do, I just wanna be sure of you. We ain't got no perfect views, but what works for me would work for you. Tell me, would you work for me? Serve God like you serving me. Yes, I'll lead you with certainty, provide for you eternally. To protect you, I'll get out and cock that grip. Bullets take off like a rocket ship, need you passengers out of my cockpit. Rising above this nonsense, we ain't got no sense of time. Lose yourself inside of mine, introspective, well collected. Girl, I could be your prized possession.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Happy Monday to all of you guys out in the chat. How are you guys doing? I hope that you guys are having a wonderful Monday. Yeah, it is Monday. A wonderful Monday, man. It's been a great one, but you guys already know what it is. Tonight we're here to talk some One Piece. So hope you guys are doing well, man. I know I am. It's the first stream of the year and a lot to talk about. I'm curious, what are you guys' New Year's resolutions, if there are any? I have a couple, and I had a couple from last year and actually hit them. So I want to talk to you guys about that too before we actually get too deep into the pod. But of course, if you're new here, this is the Strawhat Podcast. Every Monday, we get on here at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time and we talk One Piece. Today, we have a chapter review. We're going to be reading chapter 1170. I'm excited because I had to wait an additional week. Everyone's already read it. So I had to wait an additional week because, well, it wasn't officially dropped. Viz didn't actually drop it, and it was dropped last week on TCB. It's cool. We're going to read it tonight, and it's going to be fun. I'm excited, man, because I'm hearing all this Loki stuff. So we'll see. Apparently, Loki is in, and we're going to find out. But either ways, appreciate you guys joining me. And let's get into it, man. Let me see who's in the building. Strawberry was already in the building. Shout out to you, Strawberry. 3D704 at 7:35. Good Lord. He says, "Your Happy New Year, Nakama. Happy New Year to you too." Yes, to you too. Let's go. Fooly in the building says, "We lit." Yes, we are. Dizzy back. What's up, Dizzy? Dizzy BBL. Hey. Happy New Year's, Nakamas. Happy New Year's to you. And I need to know if you have a TikTok as well, because I put your video out, which I don't know if you saw it this week. I put it out maybe 2 days ago, and I did okay on Instagram. They're loving your take about Vanderdecken on TikTok. And I don't know if you have a TikTok, so I didn't tag you in it. But if you ever get a chance, and if you are on TikTok, you should go look at it. People are giving you a ton of love for that take on TikTok. Appreciate the yes. Women watch One Piece too. Facts. Zon the building says, "We hear new intro." Yes. Intro is a hit. Appreciate it. Intro is fire. Appreciate it. Love the graphics. Yeah, I spent a little bit of time this week trying to get it right. So, yes, for sure. Let's see. Dizzy says, "Resolution, self-health, and work on my Conquerors hockey." Hey, man. Hey, it might be there. It might be there because they're giving you love for that take. Which is what I was trying to tell you. I know you were saying you have bad theories and bad takes. No. So I try to tell you, it's okay to say them here because we're not going to shoot them down. You might actually have some good takes, and you did. That was a good take. And like I said, people are giving you a lot of love. So again, if you are ever on TikTok, or you said you're making one, right? Yes, make one this week and just go and see what people are saying. Fooly, he says, mine is a simple one, but when I try to do better, this is to be happier than I was last year, no matter what that means. Okay. Well, I know you can do it, and I really do hope that you have a happier year, because this year, 2025, was a very odd year. So yeah, I hope you have a better one than you had this last year, because man, it was crazy. It was crazy. A lot of stuff happened, good and bad. So I do wish that you have a better one this year. Give me 1 second and I will hit the live on Instagram, and then we can get into everything that we are going to get into. One moment. And there we go. Okay, cool. And let me shrink that down. Boom. All right. Cool. All right, man. Sorry about that. I had to get the stuff out the way. Nightbot told you, if you haven't already liked the stream, go ahead and hit the like button. Hit the like button. And subscribe if you're new here on YouTube. What's up to my people over on the gram? How you guys doing? Sup, brother Reyes? What's going on? How are you, friend? Sushi in the building. You wanted something about Vanderdecken. Yes, she is. Told her she was cooking. My boy Nika in the building says, yo, wait, what's going on, Nika? How are you, my good friend? What's up with you? Okay, guys, I think we've got everything out the way. Oh, no, real quick. These are my resolutions, by the way, for this past year. And I think it's very easy. I should be able to, I'm going to have the same ones. I might add some onto it, but I had 2 resolutions. One of my resolutions going into 2025 was to not buy a pair of Crocs, because Crocs are not for men. And you know what? You can hate me for that take. That's fine. But Crocs are not for men. I knew Crocs weren't for men when I went to the Crocs store and I asked the worker there, I was like, yo, where's the men's section? And they said there isn't one. They're all unisex. That point, I knew I can't wear Crocs. I can't wear Crocs. I can't put them on my feet. So that was my first New Year's resolution for 2025. And I was actually able to get it done. I did not buy a pair of Crocs this year. The second one was to not die. And we did it. I'm here. And I guess you guys did it too. If that was on your list, you guys made it as well. So welcome to 2026. And again, like I said, for this year, it's going to be to not buy another pair of Crocs and to not die. I might lose weight this year, but that's a maybe. But definitely I'm not buying Crocs and I'm not trying to die this year. So let me know what you guys think about that. And also we'll talk throughout the stream. Let me know what you guys' resolutions are. Fooly says, so if we gift you Crocs, you going to take them? Here's the thing. I'll take the Crocs. Now, will I wear them? No. But they have some cool one-piece ones. I'll hang them up here in the studio. But will they touch my feet? That is a no, sir. That is a no. They will not touch my feet. I can't do it. Can't do it. There's no men's section in that store. At that point, I knew that these shoes are not for me. Dizzy says, get some Hey Dudes. They're comfy. I've seen Hey Dudes, and I can get with Hey Dudes. But me personally, I'm not even a big fashion person in general. I used to wear Toms. You guys remember Toms? Back in the day, I used to wear Toms. Super comfy. And I feel like they're similar to Hey Dudes, maybe, if I'm thinking of the right shoe. But I would wear some Hey Dudes. I have nothing wrong with it. But Crocs, no, they will not touch my feet. Negative. It won't happen. It will not happen. Okay. Alex in the building, he says, this is how Alex says hi, but it's okay. Long live King Harold and Queen Estrid. Hello to you too, good sir. And you came just in time because we were about to read the chapter. So, man, without further ado, how about we just get into the chapter? How about we just get into the chapter and make this bigger? Boom. Okay. I think we're good. All right, guys. So this is chapter 1170. It is titled Contrary. Okay. And I can see Jinbei here. Let me just read what it says. It's a reader request. Jinbei as a station worker for the Eel Railroad giving passengers eel bentos for lunch by 420 land. Okay. I can dig it. What is Usopp doing over there? That whale has the same lips as Usopp too. Interesting. If that even is a whale. It looks like a bullet bill, if I'm being honest. Oh, that means I mean, maybe. I don't know. Eel electric chain and eel lunch bento. Got it. Okay. Sheila in the building. What's going on? Sheila was about to take a nap. Totally forgot today was Monday. Hey, Sheila. It's too late to take naps. And the Strawhat Podcast is on. You got to tap in. But I'm just kidding. Good to see you, Sheila. How are you doing? I hope you've had a good week. That 10 on the well has been bothering me. Yeah. 10. I don't know. But what's bothering me is that eel, the eel has the same lips as Usopp. Why? And are you trying to tell me something, Oda? Or am I just looking too deep into this? Because I might be just looking too deep into this. And there's a number actually here on the ground too. It's a 1, 2, maybe? I can't really see. Maybe that's a 2. I don't know. Either way, I don't think there's much to see here. Yes, I told her. Yes, TikTok is loving her theory. They're loving it. Robin definitely on mama duties. It would appear so. Who is the... Oh, it must be Nami. Okay. Got it. Okay, cool. Let's see. Alex, it's going in the Sunny. Sunny currently has 4 to 5 different deployments. Okay. All right, we'll see. Okay, man. Let's get into the chapter and see what we are talking about. All right. So, that's right. At the end of 1169, Loki had just touched the box, or was about to touch the box that had the devil fruit in it, but it got knocked out the way by Ragnir. Got it. Okay. All right. So Loki fell and Ragnir is flying. He said, "Bastard. Hey, who threw this hammer at me? Come out and show yourself." I know they're in here, but I might as well get that devil fruit now. Okay. Hear the cracking. Okay, there's Ragnir. Oh, it's the lightning. That must be the lightning coming off of it. Okay. You gotta be kidding me. There's no way it's that heavy. Ooh. Dang, okay. Oh, that must be it just crushing the ground, too. Wow. It literally crushed the entire floor. Is this castle falling apart? Okay. Which, by the way, if I cough, I'm sorry. I'm not sick. Dizzy says, Doc 10. I like that Sunny upgrade. That'd be dope. Sheila said, imagine getting chased by a hammer. Wait, is Loki the nail? Hey, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. You waste your time, Loki. That devil fruit is a national treasure. It has lain dormant. Oh, let me zoom in. Sorry. It has lain dormant for centuries. Not because no one chose to eat it, but because no one could eat it. Okay. Not a single one of them was chosen by Ragnir. Oh, Ragnir has to choose you before you can eat that fruit. Okay. Okay. But with the strength I now possess. Wait. Oh, he got hit. That was Shanks and Gabon. Ooh, check the black lightning. Okay. He suffers immense pain from his wounds, and the recovery effect is drastically slowed down. Okay. Give him enough consecutive hits, and we can manage to knock him out of commission. If these guys have any weaknesses, it's against those of us who can infuse our attacks with the color of the Supreme King. Okay, it's true. Let's see. Ragnir is like that. Ragnir is definitely looking like it's like that for sure. The Real Jerry on Instagram says, hi, hope you're doing good. I'm almost done with trade school. I'm doing automotive. I go on internship in March. Hey, well, shout out to you and early congratulations, man. That's what's up. Sheila said they cut his leg. Oh, did I not peep that? Hold on. Oh, okay. I guess it's... Oh, I guess that is where the lightning is coming from. Oh, okay. I was tweaking. Yeah. Okay, I can see where... Okay. I can see it. Got it. Ooh. Okay. Good catch. It's my first time reading it, so... Alex says they wasn't strong enough to beat Ragnir, and thus they weren't worthy. I mean, I can dig it. I can dig it. Give them enough consecutive... Okay, I read this already. Who can infuse our attacks with the color of rock. Okay, got it. You really dare make an enemy out of me? Whoa. Of course I do. I can't let you roam free in this state of madness. Yeah? How do you know the weakness of the Knights of God, Gabon? They came after us several times trying to take you back. In God Valley. Exactly. We know you have a child with red hair. He must be the son of our commander. Hand the boy over. Okay, so okay. So that's what I was always wondering, because we were talking for these last couple of years and we were trying to figure out if Garling actually tried to go get his kid or not. That was something we'd always wondered, if he just deemed him as, oh, he's just not strong enough, that's why he got lost, or if he even cared. So Garling actually did care to seek out his child. That does answer that question. Let's see. Sheila says, did Gabon just say the only way to beat God's Knights is Advanced Conquerors Hockey? This is a massive Sanji upscale. He has to get Conquerors now. I mean, I do think that this is the arc he's going to get it. I think he's going to fight Summers. So if Summers is actually going to be his opponent, then I totally agree he has to get Conquerors. I absolutely agree. Nika says, Shanks literally cuts his leg. Got it. I was tweaking. I didn't see that first. Read this chapter carefully, especially the Loki segments. Got it. I will take my time. I think all the Conquerors hockey was coming from Gabon. Sorry, Shanks fans. How do you tell that? That must be just your headcanon. Because how do you even tell that, though? You got it, bro. This rush riding will blow up in y'all. What's going on, Zozo? You my dog, Zozo. You are my dog. Look, man, you're going to be here until we find the One Piece. Wow. Zozo, what's up, man? What's going on, bro? Did they not talk about God about God Valley, Gabon even giving Roger like responses. Yeah. Yeah, you would think they had a conversation. Roger Pirates treating the God Knights like Team Rocket. I love the Pokemon reference. Garling didn't, though. He sent people. No, that's fine. That's fine. But I'm saying I always wondered if he cared enough to even have someone seek out his kid. So that's fine that it wasn't him. I don't expect him to. He's got underlings for that. So it's cool. But I was curious if he even cared. Not Shamrock, not Garling, by the way. Or when he went, he didn't have Conqueror's Hockey. Yeah. So, yep. Sanjay and Summers, I agree. I meant the Roger Pirates once things settle. Oh, you're good. You're good. Who do you think is stronger, Mihawk or Shanks? Okay, I'll answer this real quick. It's Shanks, and it just is what it is. It's not a far margin, but it's Shanks. It's definitely Shanks. Mihawk is up there, but he's up there in terms of swordsman exclusively, and they don't categorize Shanks in that category. That's all I'm gonna say. Upscale for Blackbeard, that means Blackbeard marked them, even though Shanks has Conquerors. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. But granted, I think there's nuance to that. I've always theorized that Blackbeard and Shanks had a friendship. And I think that Shanks, he got scarred by him, but I don't think it was in a battle or anything. I don't think that. But I do think that they might have had a friendship, or at least might have been cool at some point. And then when he actually got scarred was, when that had happened. So I think there's more nuance to that. I don't want to throw on any upscales. I'm not sure. A lot going on in like 3 pages. That's fair. Had minor outpatient surgery. You're good. Got rumble balls and pop greens. You're good. You are good. You're good. Garling did not go. Also, Garling and Shamrock, they are. It's not even they absolutely are conquerors. Absolutely, they are conquerors. Beast over Mihawk. Okay. That's actually so funny. I'm not going that far, but Vista did do some impressive stuff at God Valley. Wow. At Marineford. So, I'm going to leave that one alone. Mihawk is stronger than Emu. Okay. Himmy Jimmy. What do you want, Himmy Jimmy? Because what are you doing, bro? Let's say, yes. Okay. Thanks. You're right, Sheila. Let's keep reading. Because we're not doing the scaling thing yet. But I'll come back to that, Jimmy. Okay. Each time they did, we beat them black and blue. Got it. They literally were teaching them like freaking Team Rocket. That's hilarious. Now that you mention it, I seem to remember that Summers guy saying something like that. Just some fond memories of the distant past. I was surprised to learn that there was a proper combat force in the Holy Land. I assumed those celestial dragons were all chumps. Yeah, they hardly ever come down to our world. They really believe they're gods. Okay. Makes me shiver to think of the life I might have had. We call that fate. Okay. I want to save Harold somehow, Gabon. Yeah, but you were the one who taught me about the despair of what it means to become a knight of God. Seems like Loki's our only hope. Okay. Okay. When we talking about Loki, let me see what y'all are saying. Ree, look at the shadow figures on the last page. Wait, last page? Or... Oh, wait, you're talking about these? You talking about these guys? I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. I'll come back to that. Because I don't know if you're talking about the actual last page or not. I'll come back to that. Okay. I keep telling you to get out of my way, stupid hammer. Does this mean you're supposed to be the guardian of the national treasure? How does a hammer move on its own? What's your deal anyway? Just give it a... Ooh. I see lightning. I'm not gonna hold you. I see black lightning. I know y'all peep that black lightning. I know y'all peep it. I know y'all peep the black lightning. Okay. So he hits Ragnir and his hammer crushes. Give it a rest. Wow. Okay. My hammer. Okay. So Ragnir is falling away. The freak? Is a squirrel? Bro, what? Okay. So, okay. Guards, find some way to hold Harold back. You must not let Harold have that devil fruit. Okay. Sheila said Alex will say that's not black lightning. I saw it, and I know everyone else saw that black lightning. And I know Sheila saw it. Alex, hey, if you say it's not, then it is what it is. It is what it is. Loki beat Ragnir, and thus he is worthy, and Ragnir shall be Loki's new hammer. Did he beat Ragnir? Oh, shoot. I missed a whole section. I'm tweaking. I missed a whole section. I mean, I guess technically you're kind of knocked out-ish. Okay, so we have Harold saying, "Be gone." How do we end this fight? He's got Supreme King Hockey 2. That's a first. Okay. Let's see. She said Ragnir ate a squirrel fruit, it seems, or a squirrel that ate a hammer fruit. Okay. Could be. Could the national treasure Marijois also be a devil fruit? Or a person? Could be. Also, Squirrel Zoan, likely in the rat family. Okay. Dizzy, I think it's Grimoire. Ragnir. Yes. Especially if they make it cute. Oh God, if they make it cute, that's gonna be crazy. Guards, find some way to hold Harold back. You must not let Harold have that devil fruit. Oh, okay. So they have him impaled, and he's still fighting. He's still slicing his men down. Okay. So the treasure... Wait, what? Oh, shoot. So he ate the fruit. Oh, that's... Okay. I'm like, why is it so tiny? It's so tiny because he's so big. Got it. Okay. I'm tracking. Like, what the freak is that? Okay. So he's got nails. Ooh. And some type of spikes. Maybe? Ooh. Okay. And he blasts out the room. Okay, so Ragnir. Okay, so that's Ragnir. And I guess that's Loki that sped off. Okay, so we're back with Harold. And make sure I didn't miss y'all's comment. I was thinking Ragnir ate the squirrel Zoan fruit too. Shanks and Gabon, both with advanced conquerors hockey, couldn't stop Harold, by the way, even though Gabon knew their weakness. That's valid. That is valid. That is valid. That is valid. It looks like he got his leg back too. Unless I'm tripping. He's obviously standing. More proof that the mythical fish Zoan was the revered devil fruit of Wano. And that's why they revered the Seiryu, not Kaido. Thus, Shirahoshi will also eat a snake-like devil fruit to fit the trio. Okay. Silhouette piece. Oda just... You know how it is, man. You already know how it is. Man. Shanks has no advanced conquerors hockey. Same with how Kaido didn't on God Valley. I saw the Black Lightning and I think it was from Shanks. Yeah, he's regenerating. Okay. And let me back up. So you ate it, Loki. Then show me that legendary power. Ooh. Okay, well, you asked for it. Oh. Okay. One hit knocked this man out the way. Oh. Slammed on the ground. Ooh. Okay. Yo. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on 1 second. I just need to confirm this before I say it. That's it. Nika, now I know what you were saying. I had to look it up to make sure I got my mythical beast right. Fenrir. That is definitely Fenrir right there. This silhouette is definitely Fenrir. Got it. Now I see what you were talking about, Nika. Oh, man. That's got to be Fenrir. Especially with the claws that he was getting. Okay. So now he's holding Ragnir. Oh, man. The hockey. The lightning. I knew it. Loki, you possess the blood of the Supreme King. Oh, man. Conquerors confirmed. But we already knew that. Hey! Are you back to your senses now? Only for the moment. Don't be mistaken. Look around us. There is no undoing what I've done already. You're being controlled. Not exactly. I suspect that my very thoughts are being influenced by someone else. I'm beginning to think of myself as a god. I know that you will do an admirable job of pulling Elbaf in your wake, but make sure you get along with your brother. Just so you know, you're scum of the earth. Ooh. Okay, hold on. Wait, Alex is what is Alex coping on? Oh, he's trying to say that Shank. Okay, got it. Here we go. The next panel sequence is everything. Read it carefully. Got it. Let's see. Y'all gonna dissect this page so much for sure. Hybrid Loki is a snake Zoan, hopefully. Ancient since Orochi already got a mythical. Loki in Fenrir mode beat Herald back to his senses. Facts. Ragnir choosing Usopp next. I don't. We'll see. We'll see. I think Usopp's getting something else, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Where am I at? Forcing your son to end your own life? Even the lowest excuse for a father wouldn't do that. There's no other thing I forgot. There's one other thing I forgot to say. Thank you for what you did for Ida. Why? Burning down the Brewers village won't bring her back, but I'm grateful that you felt that way. There we go. Now, Alex, enough with the cope. Even the King Herald, who you sit here and love on and praise, even says that was necessary. So I think we can put that to bed, bro. We can legit put that to bed. But absolutely, Loki, I'm 100% glad that Loki went back and got it in blood. Because even though he's not a huge fan of Hadrudin, he still should have went back and burned that freaking village to the ground. Because y'all poisoned Ida. What are we doing? What are we doing? Thank you. He says no cope, just no conquerors from Shanks here. Just like there was none from Kaido on God Valley. It's in the page with them, but not from them. Oh God, the cope, man, the cope. Ragnir would have to choose Usopp. Right. And from what I'm seeing, he might have to beat Ragnir to wield Ragnir. So we'll see. We'll see. I know I'm gonna pronounce that wrong, but he says it's the same hybrid drawn by Oda in Road to Laugh-Tale, the concept he did use for Kaido's hybrid. W. Herald, he knew what Loki did, even though Loki didn't tell his people why he did it. Facts, bro. I can't wait to find out what his fruit is, but I'm betting still, man, Nyog, you know what? I'm not even going to say it right. But either way, it's going to be lit. Yeah, I'm going to say that wrong, so I'm not even going to try, my friend. King Herald was right to lock up Loki, but he's happy Loki loved his baby mama. Loki was... You're just on cope tonight, bro. The level of cope with you is crazy, bro. Crash out was justified for Loki. Facts. Thank you. See, this is why I like you, Sushi. This is why I like you. There is no justified murder of a village. When the whole village is backing the poisoning of a queen, or I guess she wasn't a queen, but King Harold's baby moms, yeah, you got to go. And, it just is what it is. And you know what? He did his time in jail. So he did his time. Are we really going to be mad at him? He served his sentence. He didn't even fight it. So he's a changed man. Let him live. Then he just let his son sit in jail. But you know what? But that's okay. That's okay, though. Because he needed to learn a lesson. That it's not okay to just kill people. But, what you did is, you know what? It's okay. But it's not okay at the same time. He avenged his mom. Yes, the only mother that actually loved him. He avenged her. So, yeah, I'm 100% down with that. Dizzy says, I think Ragnir wanted and waited for someone like Loki. Strong, but experienced hardship, love, and empathy. No giant pulled up with that mentality before Loki and met his physical requirement as well. Dizzy, you're cooking. I like that. Alex says Loki got out early for murder because Harold wanted him to murder again. And look at him now. He's been sitting chained up in the underworld for 6 years. So, hey, it's okay. He served his sentence. Let the man live, bro. He served his sins. Sheila says, Ree, we seen, man, I'm going to butcher it again. I know it's not Nidhogr. I know it's not. So, hey, in Elbaf, it was the lightning dragon nightmare, but the mythology of, there it is again, doesn't have lightning. I think so. It doesn't have lightning, I think. So Oda is mixing stuff. We'll see. We will see, man. Harold keep telling y'all he ain't ish and y'all still want to prop him. Look, what? Yo. Harold is okay with me. It's okay with me. It's okay with me. Okay? It's okay with me. He did what he needed to do, man. And Loki's okay with it too. So what are we all upset about? Loki was fine sitting in jail, and he was perfectly fine to come see his dad. So, hey, the only thing he's upset about right now is that his father is asking him to kill him. So why are we upset? This is my same thing with Usopp. Like, Usopp left his kid there. Cool. Right? I can understand how that is a bad thing in general. But Usopp left his kid there, and his kid uses the fact that he hasn't met his dad for motivation to even become a pirate, to be brave. So what are we upset about? That he's not there with his kid? You know, like, I don't know. I never understood it. That's why if Loki's not mad, I'm not mad. I'm cool with it, bro. I'm cool. All right. Hurry now before the control takes over again. I'll never forgive you for this. How dare you force me to do this dirty work? I love you too, son. Oh, he went out with a smile on his face. Ooh. Yo. It was crazy when we saw the lightning from Gabon when he was in the castle with Luffy. But this is different. This is different. Ooh, wee. Okay. Oh, right in the chest, man. Oh. Okay, these are flashbacks. This isn't like Voice of All Things. All that matters is Elbaf's future. Oh. Yo. God Valley type vibes with the lightning. Facts. Ooh. All right. Y'all already have the link, so y'all are welcome to hit it and come up here. Y'all already have the link. But while they get up here, bro, this is. Ooh, let me zoom out. I know this is way too early to tell. But is it do y'all think that this could end up being panel of the year? At the end of this year, when we do the award show again, like we did this year, do y'all think that this will be not panel of the year, double page? I guess not even a double page. It's kind of, sort of, not really though. Do y'all think this could be in the running for panel of the year? Alex says no. Sheila says, Alex, no. Yeah, because I don't think that's Voice of All Things. That's a flashback. You can see right here, they're showing us the flashback. 3D says it's a personal fave for me. Yeah, it's dope. It's definitely dope. Sushi says it's up there for sure. Bro, I can't wait till this gets colored, man. Oh my goodness. This is going to be crazy. It's a great chapter. Great first chapter of the year. Great first chapter. Let's see. Dizzy says so far, unless we get something different, it's only number 2 to Joy Boys Hockey. Joy Boys Hockey. Are you talking about? Well, remember, this is the first chapter of the year. So only the panels that will be allowed in that running at the end of the year will be from this chapter all the way to the last chapter of 2026. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Sheila said this year just started. It did. But this is pretty cold, man. I'm not gonna hold you. Harold is talking to Loki telepathically in his last moments. It's possible, but I'm seeing flashback. Fooly said I saw the colored one. I mean, you know what? Here, how about we just run a poll? And see what you guys think? Here we go. Okay. Strawberry, if you have access to it, can you run the poll and see and ask, is this voice of all things or not? Because I'm actually very curious, because I think it's very clear that when we're seeing the second panel that this is clearly a flashback, but you know, it is what it is. She's talking about the hockey knot. Yeah, so I won't count, unfortunately, because that was not this year, unfortunately. Sushi says Usopp defeated a guy with a flying squirrel fruit in Wano. Foreshadowing, maybe? I mean, here, okay, let me go ahead and just give my take. While everyone else is popping up. Let me go ahead and just give my take. Okay, so this is what I think. What I do think is Usopp will get something. Hold on, I want to meet you real quick. There we go. Okay, this is what I do think. Oh shoot, you're not even. Oh, okay. Hold on, one second. There we go. You weren't even on the screen yet. My bad. This is what I do think. I do think Usopp will get something, but I don't know if it's going to be Ragnir. It could be. If it is Ragnir, I'm not even going to be upset. That's cool. But I just think he should at least be, he should be as brave as he was when he was fighting against, he should be as brave as he was when he was fighting against Luffy. First, before we go on to hammer, new weapons, hockey upgrades, can we at least, he doesn't have to be the brave warrior of the sea yet completely, but when it's time to at least lock in, I want to see him lock in. And I think when he does lock in, I do think that will be a huge change for everything. Give me 1 second, guys, so I can send my homie the link real fast. Here you go. You can go ahead and give your thoughts out while I do that. I'm gonna send Nika the link.
Oh, she don't want to go first? You go first.
Unless Strawberry, you want to go first? Or well, not your thoughts on the chapter, just your thoughts about Usopp being the one that is going to get Ragnir.
I like it. I feel like that's the way you've seen little tidbits about it, you know, with Usopp sleeping with the squirrel and all that type of stuff. And now he has the pop greens. So it's like, you know how Nami kind of convinced Zeus to get, how she got Zeus with the little clouds. I think Usopp convinces the little squirrel thing with his pop greens. Some way, somehow. When all else fails. Like, I feel like that's his strategy right there.
It's definitely possible.
I love that. I'm not even gonna lie. I love that. Only reason why I've been let me tell you something. Before the time skip happened, I was a big Usopp fan. Big Usopp fan. I'm talking about I'm like 1,000 pound hammer. Like the reason why I love was it God I can't forgetting with the island with Moria and whatnot.
Thriller Bark.
Thriller Bark.
The reason why I love Thriller Bark is because of the Usopp moment of like the 1,000 pound hammer and everything like that. Like I really want that kind of Usopp to come back. I love that gag, but I want the gags to have weight now. I feel like we're at that point where it should have weight now. Like the hammer thing that a lot of people love should definitely come back around and be something now. And I would love that. Using the pop breeze and whatnot, that'd be really ingenious, and I would love that.
Facts. I did see there was a I don't know if y'all saw it. Someone had put out one of the old cover stories this week with I guess where Usopp was something with the squirrel. They were falling out of a tree.
That's what Zaza was talking about. He cover page with him laying down with the squirrel, and then there's also the picture about how pop greens are explained, and we know squirrels love stuff like that, so it's possible.
Got it. Okay, you are angled, bro.
How about that?
Well, you're still turned. Think you're is your screen unlocked so it can actually rotate?
It should be. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, my screen is definitely unlocked. Let me see.
All right. Well, while you get that, I will. Did you want to say something on that, Strawberry? Your thoughts? You're still muted, by the way. There you go.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. So my thoughts. I think it was just a dope chapter. That's just
Well, your thoughts on hold on.
personally, I don't really
wait, not
say
the chapter
about
yet.
it.
Not the chapter
That
yet.
we are finally at the end of what really happened, which everyone speculated. Well, not
Strawberry
everyone,
stop.
but especially
Wait.
us here,
Strawberry
we were just
stop.
he had to have been forced
Stop.
to do something to his death.
Stop.
If not, it was heroic. So
Strawberry
yeah,
stop.
I'm at peace right now. I'm very glad that we have these answers.
Strawberry, stop talking for a second.
Can you hear us?
What?
Can you hear us?
I don't think she can hear us. She can't hear us. Yeah,
I can now. Sorry,
Okay, all right,
I don't know.
No.
I said,
Okay.
yeah, I was
okay.
yelling out stop
I just wanted to know your
times.
thoughts. I just wanted to know
My
your thoughts
fault. I accidentally
about
muted my computer.
Usopp getting the hammer. We're about to get into the chapter, but what do you think about Usopp getting Ragnir? That's all I want to know right now.
Oh, my fault. I don't really care for it. I don't care either way.
Okay. Is it possible or impossible? What are we saying?
It's definitely possible, especially with what we saw with him against Miss Merry Christmas and dang, his name escaped my mind just now. But especially with that situation, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Ree,
All right.
Ree, I don't know why today randomly it's not rotating.
It's cool.
It's just not
cool.
doing. I don't know what's going on, bro.
It's cool, bro. Don't worry about it. All right. Well, I guess Strawberry, you can go ahead and go into the chapter now. What are your thoughts? What do you rate it? And we can go from there.
My fault. Well, like I've said before, I'm just at peace with the chapter. So, I don't feel any kind of way about it. It's a 10 out of 10 for it. Well, I won't say 10 out of 10. It's more like an 8 out of 10 for me.
Okay, why is that?
Just because nothing excited really happened. At least I don't think so. So it was kind of just like, oh, okay. Thank you for clarifying what we've already talked about.
Okay. I can dig it. Za, what's your thoughts, bro?
This chapter was a lot of had a lot of stuff that tied back to, and I've been saying this for a while, Doflamingo. Loki's eyes are bandaged up. Loki has to kill his father. But when Doflamingo killed his father, his eyes were full of tears of anger. When Loki killed his father, those were tears full of sadness. And he smiled at him and he was like, yo, and Flamingo's father smiled too. Remember, he was like, yo, I'm so sorry. I've been such a bad father to you. Yeah. And Flamingo just pulls the trigger. And I love that they inverse that. Like, Loki really is this really kind-hearted person. But still, at the end of the day, his brother hates him just as much as Rosie Anante hated Doflamingo.
I can see that. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
So a lot of nuances that I really, really liked. I was like, yo, this is really a good Flamingo, but he's not going to get the credit. He's still going to be punished, just the way Flamingo was. He was locked up, chained, just the way Flamingo was when he was. Yo, I'm telling you, that was a 10 out of 10 chapter for me. So
you're spitting. I just want to say you're spitting for sure, because I was sitting here. I'm literally rewatching Dressrosa right now, and I'm gonna talk about it whenever I go. Mm-hmm. But there's so many parallels to God Valley and to Dressrosa, or God Valley and Elbaf, that are in Dressrosa. It's actually scary.
Yep.
It's actually terrifyingly scary. But yeah. Either way, Fooly, what's your thoughts, bro?
Oh, I love this chapter. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, this chapter didn't do a lot, like I already said, but it did a lot. And like it did a lot to me in the sense of, like, the one thing that I love that it really hammered into me was the weight of what it means to truly be a king. Because even he told Loki, I want you to step in. I want you to be a father. Only thing I ask for you is, do more with your brother. You know what? You and your brother need to squash that whole beef I got going on and whatnot. Even in that moment of Loki having to take his father out, he even got the weight of, like, you really love this country that fucking much.
Yeah.
Like, you really like Trip said it before, like the weight of what it means to truly be king. A lot of us would never truly understand that, and I'm really truly seeing that with this of, like, it takes a lot to be a king, to have people that you really will stick your life and soul out there for and whatnot. The passion that Harold has, it saddens me like how he went out in this, but like he doubled down, you know what I mean? Like, he did what he wanted to do, and it's just so terrible that they corrupted a dream that he had. But we talked about before in other weeks, I wish he would have put more effort and invested more into the dream with, like, somewhat and whatnot. But like, it's just the way that this chapter really hit with, like, a father and son relationship. What that really, you know what I mean? Damn, yeah. Overall, I have to give it a 9 out of 10. It's hard for me not to give it 10 out of 10, but I'm gonna say it's 9.5. I ain't gonna lie, I really love this chapter a lot.
Yeah. So you said 9 out of 10?
9 out of 10. I give it 9 out of 10. Yeah, we give it 9
Man,
out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you're spitting, because I like that we're highlighting, at least Harold took the moment to highlight how Loki actually felt about Ida, because I never really heard him say anything about that, or even really making even allude to how he was starting to get closer to Ida, while Harold was gone. So I like that at the end of his life, that was one of the last things that he said, because that's important to Loki. And maybe Harold realizes, yeah, your birth moms was actually a piece of trash, and you went through a whole lot of stuff you really didn't deserve. but I'm glad that you actually took to Ida, and Ida was able to take care of you while I was not there. So I like it. And again, I understand still why Loki felt like that's what he had to do. You know, like he had to. This the only person that's ever loved me. Yeah. And you poisoned her and you're laughing about it. And you think, and by the way, don't forget, he walked up to them and they were laughing, thinking like, yeah, you know, he did what we had to do, bro. He did what we had to do. Ain't you happy? Yeah, no. Everybody in the village got to go, bro. Because y'all thought this was acceptable. So, yeah, shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. Nika, before you go, I'm going to read a couple comments. And then you can go do your thing. Let's see. Where are we at? Yes, Nami Zeus is a perfect example. He don't need to be crazy hockey level or anything. That was an older comment, so I don't. Oh, you're talking about with Usopp. I'm talking about with Usopp. I hear Nami's name, so upscale. That's all I know. So I like it. Even though she probably will be getting Prometheus, and if she does, you heard it from me first. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's see. He says Usopp's the only other major character that uses a hammer, to my knowledge, too.
That's Sushi. What's up, Sushi?
Yep, Sushi. Yeah. Can you think of a character, Nika, that uses a hammer outside of Usopp and Loki?
No, there's other people that use hammers, but I don't think they're no
major character. Major character.
Yeah, there ain't nobody really major. Yeah, ain't nobody really major.
Okay. Let's see. Dizzy said Usopp's power up must happen here. Maybe he gets the sword out of Haru's head somehow and impresses Ragnir.
That's possible.
That's possible. That's a thing. Right? For real.
That's possible. Usopp was laughing at it, talking about somebody need to take it out. Hey, he was drunk when he said it. That could possibly be a thing.
And I was like, and I've heard some people like Destorys, because like Destorys, the sword that like he put into Haru's head is like a great sword or one of the. I mean,
it's the sword that belonged to the king, so it should be some type of. It should be a grade.
A great grade.
Yeah,
it should be great grade the least, supreme grade the most, of course.
Yeah. So it'd be nice to have Usopp do the whole, King Arthur moment of pulling the sword out of Haru.
And I sent you this panel too, Ree. I don't know if you ever got to look at it, but the very action of Harold throwing the sword and Usopp smacking the sword are the exact same, bar for bar. So Usopp parallel rocks and Harold. Just letting y'all know that.
Yeah.
This is giving me my love for Usopp back, and I'm just like, man, I really need him to do something, bro. Cause like,
Usopp back. Usopp back.
Like, for real, bro. Man.
I think he will. There's a lot of avenues that Usopp can go down, though. Like, when we're talking about him just doing something in general, like, bro, he still got the kids there. He still got the Giants Domi Reversi. Don't forget about that.
I do want to say something, and it's because I didn't get to take part in the whole Ragnir conversation that happened earlier. I don't think Usopp is getting Ragnir. He will have a moment with Ragnir. I don't see there ever being a way where Loki does not want to have Ragnir. If that does happen, then yes, Loki would probably use the sword in Harald and Jarul's head, because that's his father's sword. But even before he had Ragnir as a hammer was already within his realm of, like, that's his thing. A hammer is Loki's thing. And that's what surprised Ragnir, because he's like, okay, this guy he used conquerors. And I actually think the hammer didn't break because it hit Ragnir. I think the hammer broke because it couldn't withstand Loki's conquerors. That's why in Road to Labtail, it says Kaido's club is it's an ungraded weapon, but at the same time, it is built with the might to withstand Kaido's conqueror's haki, which is also explained for Whitebeard and his weapon. So I think what happened with Loki's original hammer, it just couldn't take his conqueror's haki, because you literally saw the conqueror's haki lightning, and then the hammer breaks after it makes contact with Ragnir. And Ragnir was injured, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I think. I think Usopp's gonna have a moment where he gets to use Ragnir, and but it's Loki's hammer. when Loki's in like full body Zoan form, doing his thing, that's probably the moment Usopp could get that in and use that hammer. But I don't see Loki giving up the hammer. Especially after, like, I don't see Loki giving up the hammer. I see him having a moment with it, and being by, I do think Loki will move with the Grand Fleet to some extent. Whether you think Grand Fleet or the crew, I can easily see Usopp being able to use that hammer again because his allies are in the nearby vicinity. But like that, go ahead.
I was gonna say I can see a moment where like Usopp shows hockey or something like that, and I can see the squirrel bowing to Usopp just like it did Loki, just to be like, "Yo, you can use me like just for that time, like just to help out." Like, so I agree with you. Like, you know,
I can see a double moment with Nami and Usopp both bringing thunder down from the heavens. Like, you know what I'm saying? A duo attack. I can actually see that.
So cold, bro.
Yeah,
the timid duo attacking with lightning would be a way to go. See, I don't call them weak trio. I don't call them weak.
That's the Ree and Zaza upskill.
I don't call them weak. I call them timid.
There you go. Yeah. No, you know what? Hold on, because I have to push back though, because Nami is not seeming too timid this arc.
No,
she's attacked Road first, and she's attacked Gunko first. And it was without any prompting. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't even know what trio she's in right now, to be honest. She's like a free agent right now because she could be monster trio and she could be weak trio. You know, hey.
I'm weak.
You know.
She's in the capable trio. That's what I call her. Those last three people, they're capable, but they're not who we're really depending on in the moment.
There you go.
yeah. Have a good, yeah.
But they can show up. Though. Don't let that. I'm not trying to slight them. They can all show up. Chopper can show up. Usopp can show up. Nami can show up. And when they show up, they crash the party. You feel me? But they gotta show up first. Sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't. But they gotta. They show up. They like that. Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. Let me try to fly through these comments real quick. Also, make sure you like the stream if you're still in the stream. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. And y'all are already dropping comments, so thank you. It really helps the algorithm. But make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already, please, and thank you. All right, Usopp's power up. Oh, yeah, I already read that one. Let's see. 9 out of 10 for me. But question: do you think Harold is still alive and Emu will take control over him?
Hell no. Loki eviscerated that man. Did you?
Better not.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Reread that. If you need to see it in color, go on Twitter, type in Loki versus Harold colored, and I promise you could actually. The person that colored it did it right. The lightning is going through his body. It's not like when Luffy hit Kaido with lightning and he was just like shrugging it off. No, he's getting eviscerated with this. He's getting eviscerated. This is crazy. Another upscale, by the way.
Yeah, he's getting atomized. That man's breaking down to ashes. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. This is the first time I read a panel and was like, "Yo, I would not want to be this character."
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time I've actually read that and was like, "Yo, this is off the one hit." This is.
I think I have it too. I was literally just on Instagram. Hold on a second.
Killing blows, man.
And with the way Oda is with Death, we don't need a fake out Death on this. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone.
He gone. Something in this though. If you notice, Harold got his sense of mind back when the mark on his arm was destroyed. But when his arm regenerated and it healed back, they even showed in the panel. They emphasize on it being healed again, and then he goes, "Oh, yo, you got it, Loki, lock in, because my mind is going back. It's going blank again, bro. Lock in." Like, that's, to me, that's kind of big. Like, so now we know. I get why it works for Shanks and see why it doesn't work for Harold, because his body so I can now comfortably say I don't think Shanks is afflicted by this curse at all anymore. Luffy did liberate him. To me, this is confirmation that Luffy 100% liberated him, because his arm can't heal back to where it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the color panels. That's not the one. That's
the one. Yeah, I know it's one Nika's talking about.
Yeah, the one with the blue lightning and everything. This is crazy.
Wow.
This one is Fire Kudo, but it's not the one. But this one is Fire Kudo.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I think I know the manga, the artist that colors this. This is probably Greece.
Yeah, this is Greece.
Yeah. I follow her on Twitter and
Yeah.
Instagram, kind of. Mainly Twitter. That's all. That's
Okay.
so, yeah.
All right. Let me see. To me, this chapter is good. I like the confirmation. Hold on. I like the confirmation that the legendary fruit of Elbaf is not Luffy's fruit. That's big.
Me too, Dizzy. Because that was for the longest. Well, you don't know, Dizzy, but I have a theory out about it being a type of fruit like Luffy's fruit. You get what I'm saying? But I had 3 different Loki theories. To be fair.
Yeah. Okay.
You on mute, Fooly?
There you go.
I'm just happy that like we got that confirmation that it's not like Luffy's fruit and whatnot. Cause like,
me too.
Yeah, I'm really happy about that. Cause it was a big argument in like the community for a big piece. I'm happy.
Yeah. I do want to say something to what you said earlier though, Ree, because you said that it's not Nidhogr, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Cause me and you talked about this like 3-4 days ago. I DM'd you some stuff, but I beg of you to just rehash your thinking again, bro. Because Nidhogr is actually the only nightmare there. If you pay attention, I talk about the nightmare panel. There are 2 nightmares standing right next to Loki, and they're both black nightmares compared to everyone else being gray nightmares. The 2 nightmares next to Loki are Fenrir and Nidhogr. Yeah. Now, they both have the whole 3 claw, 4, the thumb, and then the 3. They both have that, so you can't argue with it. But if you can pop up the picture that I sent you in the DMs, because I feel like Oda's been kind of walking down this line. I could give a good explanation to what I'm explaining, because the stuff that I was telling you about Kaido's conceptual hybrid form, I sent that to you in the DMs as well, because to me that's what Loki looks like a little bit.
Oh, you're talking about the last picture you sent me?
Yeah, the Nidhogr is in One Piece is a lightning dragon.
Yeah.
In real Norse mythology, it is not a lightning dragon. It's a dragon, but it's not a lightning dragon. It's just a dragon that can do dimensional stuff and affect like curses and magic and stuff like that. Yeah. But in One Piece, Oda gave the spin to make sure he said lightning dragon. So that's why I do think it might have something. I think it's actually a combination between Fenrir and Nidhogr. That's why both of them are right next to him. And look at the nightmares. The 2 black silhouetted ones. And then both Nidhogr and Fenrir both have eyes, just like Loki's. They're both sticking their tongue out, just like Loki. They're making the same face, even though one's a wolf and one's a dragon. They're making the same face expression right here. Yep. And in the picture above, these 2 color spreads, same color patterns, same tongue out on the side. Even the eyes are the same. Elbaf snow. We just had a chapter titled that. They're sitting in snow. Elbaf has also been talking about black magic. If you notice that picture with the Nidhogr dragon, they're all flying on broomsticks like wizards and witches. Yeah. So to me, it's like if Oda wants to really, this doesn't have to happen. It could be either or. Because I already said Garland should be Fenrir. But it's okay. I'm okay if I'm wrong. But if Oda wants to do a completely new original spin, especially since we just got a dragon and then we just had Momo as a dragon too. We just left the arc with 2 dragons. You don't want to be redundant. I think Oda should mix the 2 animals because he's given us so much symbolism already, just with this panel right here alone that I have Ree pull up. Yeah. He should combine Fenrir and Nidhogr, and then boom, there you go. But if he doesn't, it doesn't matter. Like I said, at this point, all theories should be eliminated. It should be one of these 2. If your theory right now isn't one of these 2 animals, you're kind of missing the you might be missing the ball game. You know what I mean?
I would say I've heard a third theory that like some people are throwing out there is being like a chimera, so it kind of like mixes. You know what I mean? Like a chimera, something like that.
I have that theory, but that would be for. Remember the picture I showed you guys where there was like a blonde haired guy looked like Shanks, and it was like a promo picture for One Piece. In that picture, that animal is called a Nue, and it also had the purple with the tongue sticking out to the right, same way. So it's like a lot that could go there. And then Nues are supposed to, if I'm not mistaken, Nues are supposed to be chimera animals. So either we'll see a Holy Knight, maybe a Gorosei, or or it could be Loki. But I do think a chimera thing is kind of there as well. Yeah. And then you can look at the other picture, Ree, where the conceptual road to Laugh Tale art for Kaido's hybrid form. so everyone actually knows what I'm talking about. That's why you see the long neck in Loki's silhouette form in his hybrid form, because that's exactly what it has in the conceptual hybrid form.
Hold on, let me pull it up real quick.
I swear, if you don't get a sponsorship for the road to Laugh Tail Nika,
I am the biggest road to Laugh Tail enthusiast.
Yo,
you are the biggest one.
That is my Bible for one.
Yo,
it hasn't been wrong. You made me like go back.
I have not been wrong.
To my heart. I'm like.
Also, the Book of Ace, that's another one he should be definitely get sponsored for. He mentions that Ace novel all the time. That's another one.
I bought it because of you, Nika. I ain't gonna lie.
See?
I got it right here.
Tell Oda send me a check, man. Stop playing.
Which I got all three, bro.
Word too. That's lit. I'll fuck with y'all. That's lit.
Which one you need, bro? I got them all, bro.
Listen, give me the final volume, Ace versus Whitebeard. I need to see Demon Inferno, bro.
Oh wait, hold on. Which one are we talking about?
That should be the last volume.
Oh wait, this one?
Yeah, if it's not that volume, if it's not the volume I'm talking about, then it's that volume. That volume should have the whole lore with Ace learning certain hockey and stuff like that. And the conversation with Ben Beckman. No, the one you just held up has the conversation with Ben Beckman, I think. Ben Beckman and Shanks about how Ace is a horrible pirate, but would make a great revolutionary. Shout out to Sabo.
Shout out to Sabo. I love it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I have the thing pulled up, and then I gotta hit these comments, and then you gotta still give your take. I still gotta give my take. All right, hold on. All right, this is what you sent me.
Boom. And you could pull up the Loki silhouette and put it side by side. It literally has an elongated neck. It has the same, not the same demon horns, but it has horns as well. It's just his animal might be the basis of his animal might be a little different than Kaido's actual animal. But I do think that form, because I had thought that we would see Momonosuke use it, like an awakened Azor dragon fruit type thing. And this would be the form he would use in Awakening. But that could easily not happen, or it could still happen. But I do think that's what's going on for Loki. This form right here, I think, is what we just kind of witnessed in the silhouette with Loki, for sure. Loki just a little bit more like brawling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's. All right, got that. Hold on a second. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Okay. And boom. Up, not that one. There we go. All right. Okay, cool. Can you actually drop a poll, Strawberry? Just put which one do you think Loki is? Put the
Fenrir, Nidhogr.
Yeah, I was gonna say Nidhogr, but I don't even know how to spell it, and I'm not even gonna ask her to.
No, it's easy. N-I-D and then Hog. H-O-G. And then just put an R at the end. That's it.
Fenrir or Nidhogr. There you go.
Cool. Yeah.
All right, while I'm reading these comments, because I'm curious what they think in the chat. Okay.
Spell it one more time, Nika.
N-I-D and then Hog, like, a regular warthog or something. H-O-G, and then put an R at the end. I think Oda is trying to send us with a loop. I think Oda was doing this on purpose. He wants us to be debating whether it's Fenrir or Nidhogr. I think the point, the underlying factor here would come down to who's the depicted version, who's the one that's depicted with lightning. That's where if we're gonna choose one, that's where I'm like Nidhogr, because I don't know where Loki's getting this lightning ability out the clouds from. Yeah. Even the fruit, Ratatat, the fruit is supposed to be based off of a squirrel from Norse mythology called Ratataskar.
Yeah, I fucking love Ratataskar.
In the game God of War, Ratataskar has lightning powers, but that's not. I don't know if that's actually in the lore for Ratataskar in Norse mythology.
It's not. You can think of Ratataskar in the sense of how you think of Hermes in the sense of a messenger god in the Norse mythology, but he teleported through realms. He was born by teleporting through all the realms and whatnot.
Yeah, fully spitting. That's why I personally think the lightning comes from the Nidhogr, the actual dragon, the actual fruit that Loki ate. And I don't even know if Ragnir is a mythical. He looks like a normal squirrel, like a hammer that ate the squirrel fruit. That's what he looks like.
I have a question.
I was weirded out. I agree.
Is it a hammer that ate the squirrel fruit or the squirrel that ate the hammer? You know what I mean?
I got you. Walk with me, right? Remember, Vegapunk was the first person with this. He was the supposed first person with this discovery, right? objects that eat animal devil fruits, Zoan fruits, because Zoans have a will of their own. But it has to stay the same consistent way Vegapunk has said it. And the only reason why is because Vegapunk also said that all of his discoveries came from the Void Century, the ancient kingdom, Void Century. So nothing he's doing is actually new. It's all already been done before, which means that this hammer just comes from those times, in my opinion. Ragnir is from the times of the first king of Elbaf. That's my opinion.
Okay. Yeah.
I could dig it. I could dig it. Okay. Let's see. Chapter goes hard to teach you lessons of being with someone that belittles your people.
Okay.
And believe the negative.
I do have one more thing I want to say to Ree now that we finally got here.
And your people, and how making them happy will result in your downfall. Yeah. Don't forget what you were gonna say, Nika.
Oh, I haven't. I've been waiting on this for 6 months.
Oh wow, okay.
Yes, sir.
Loki was wrong to massacre the village, and he was rightfully in prison. That's your opinion. Huge W for the chapter, just for Loki kicking Harold. I mean, that was cold. I'm not gonna lie, that was cold. Now, what race was the real guardian of Luffy fruit, if not the Giants?
That does beg the question: where did Shanks? Where did Cypher Pole? Who's who? Where did they get this fruit from? That does beg that question now, because it's not Luffy's fruit, like everybody just said. It's not Luffy's fruit. So what the hell? How did we get here?
Yeah, interesting. What if he partners with Ragnir like Zeus? You're talking about Usopp.
That's possible. I think that's possible. I don't know if once again that would only happen like in that, like he'll partner with him at any given moment. But for Usopp to keep the hammer, that's a discussion between him and Loki. You feel me?
Yeah, that's fair. Were you gonna say something, Fooly?
Oh, and the only thing I was going on. Nah. It's in my mind.
All right.
Yeah.
3D says.
Can y'all hear my background read?
A little bit, but not. It's all right. 3D said, I always thought the fruit had strong ties to Laugh-Tale itself. Maybe. Or you're talking about
Luffy's fruit. No, Luffy's fruit. We all know Luffy. I'm gonna be real with you. The whole fandom thought that. Anybody that's saying they didn't, they probably didn't speculate where it was from, but they also didn't deny that it could possibly be from Elbaf. So anyone says that, oh no, there's no way it could have been Elbaf, they're capping. The whole fandom thought that.
No, I definitely thought that. Especially
that's what I'm saying. The whole fandom did. Everyone I've talked to at least had like a 5%, like, hey, maybe it's from Elbaf. All the fables of Nika come from Elbaf, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Let's see. As long as Usopp picks it up once my agenda is fulfilled.
Facts.
I feel it.
I could dig it.
I ain't mad at that.
Gag could be Ragnir always sneaking and eating Usopp's pop greens.
That's possible. That's possible. Yeah.
Oh, kind of like Nami with the Thunderballs for Zeus.
That's what I said. That's what Fooly and Zaza was trying to say.
That's what I said. I was like, yo, it's cool.
Trying to say earlier. The pop greens will be the same as the weather eggs.
Yeah. Okay. Ree trying to get Nami out the weak trio is hilarious. Biggest Nami fan ever.
Facts. That is hilarious.
She's been out the weak trio since she got Zeus. That's all I'm saying. Man. She's putting down giants now. Usopp can never.
I'm sorry.
Am I cap? Somebody tell me I'm cap so we can talk about it.
Fooly wants to stay cap, but he doesn't. Wait, Fooly's enjoying this.
Because you know I'm not cap. Road was looking like a toasty marshmallow when he left that room.
He was.
Usopp wasn't doing nothing about it, so I'm gonna leave that alone. And just to take it a step further, if Brook wasn't basically immune to lightning, that Thunder Shark tempo would have put him down too. That got redirected. But we know from whole case,
W's from anywhere for now.
am I wrong? Am I
I'm
wrong?
not mad
though?
at you because I just literally spent half the day telling my chat on Instagram that Sabo showed Conquerors in Dressrosa. So, hey.
Sometimes you just gotta put it out there, man.
I get you. I understand. I have a whole boogie agenda.
There you go, man. Look.
Fooly, you know I agree with you on that Boogie agenda too. I feel like Buggy's gonna find the One Piece first. I've always said that. I said that he's gonna stumble into it somehow.
Yes.
Yeah, I can dig it. There was absolutely nothing to regenerate. What were we talking about?
He's talking about Brook, I think. That's why Brook can't get Domi Reversi neither. He's already dead. Yo, you feel me?
I could dig it.
I feel like he's gonna be super immune to that.
Good question. Only 4 characters we know past have graves mentioned because visiting them, or visiting was mentioned or shown. Ace, Whitebeard, Harold, and Ida. Why hasn't anyone mentioned / visited Roger's grave?
Okay.
There's two ways to attack that. For one, you left out all the folks in Wano because they literally built a whole grave for Ashura Doji and all them folks that died in Wano.
I would say even.
Oh, go ahead, Fooly. Go ahead.
No, I just want to add on to that. It was like we also in the recent cover page we seen that they have one for Poco Moria. If that is Poco Moria.
Yeah, that's all in all Wano. Yep, that's what I was talking about. Ryuma's grave, Ashura Doji, Izo, all those guys that just died. You know what I mean? We didn't make one for Hawkins though because he's lame.
Hey, I like Hawkins. Don't do that, bro.
Wano ain't doing no favors, bro. He got violated Act 1 to 3. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Hey, it was just plot, bro. Them cards, it was just plot. He should have been able to, you know.
He honestly should have died against Law when Law first escaped with Drake's help.
Bro, Zoro did him dirty. Then Law did him dirty. Then what's it called? Then Kid was about to do him dirty, and Killer told him chill, and then Killer did him dirty. So it was like he just about to get done dirty a lot.
I think
he should have been reading his cards more.
I'm not gonna lie, Ree, I'm with you. Hawkins definitely had a way to be more.
He had aura.
He definitely had.
He had aura.
Yeah, aura. The cards thing was like a mystery thing because like we see people who predict the future and whatnot. We have seen like people predict the future. He was on that whole kick, and we would have had a character who really like played around with predicting the future that wasn't like observation or like it's predicting the future observation. We could have really like turned around with that a little bit. And I'm like,
devil fruit hat.
Yeah.
And honestly, he could have had Conquerors, but his biggest thing is he bowed his head to everybody. He bowed his head to Kaido the minute Kaido showed up to him. And you know, they say for a Conqueror,
that's why I looked at you funny. I was like,
yeah, see.
Went on that knee too quick, man.
Yes. Bro, not even it's like, dog.
Hey.
His design is tough, and he did have aura pre-time skip.
Absolutely.
I won't deny that. Post-time skip, they did nothing with him. But pre-time skip, yeah, he had aura.
That's what I'm saying. I think it was just plot, because even when he was introduced, bro was just chilling with the cars. Like, man, you know, the cars don't say I'm dying today, so, you know, I'm vibing, bro.
They didn't announce if he died or not, but to me, he's the first person we see die on panel besides Whitebeard. And like in Ace, but like he dies on panel. Like he legit is on the wall that he just, you know, he just dies. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I think it is somewhat confirmed because he said someone was gonna die that night. And
it was him.
It was him. Yeah. So.
And he didn't die with a smile. Not a conqueror. Just like,
no smile.
He definitely ain't no D member. Shit. Well, he ain't had no smile on his face. Come on, man.
Facts. Let's see. Now we're gonna bring my dog Brooke into this. Hey man, it wasn't me. It wasn't me, bro.
Nah, Brooke is like that, bro. He can't be. He's immune to Domi Reversi. Until someone can say that, Brooke might just be upscaled the whole show. I ain't gonna lie.
Until I find out what the connection is with Gunko, Brooke upscale. Now, if I find out it's something lame, then downscale. But yeah, if he has a temporary upscale, Sushi, Buggy King, Pirate King for sure. I could dig it.
Yeah. What? Come on.
WT.
Roger was captured by the Marines.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. My bad, Dizzy. I forgot your last thing. I don't think there would be a grave for Roger because Emu got that man up in one of them. You got the body stored like right next to the room with the straw hat. You know what I'm saying? That's literally how I feel. Like he got his corpse is stored. Like we're storing that. That's a
because you don't want more pirates going to his grave and celebrating him and then get that. Yeah, you can't have that. You can't have
You don't want to accidentally make a Seraphin out of him.
Exactly.
You don't want no accidental D member bull crap popping up with. We don't need no. Nah, if I see a Seraphin Roger, I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of folks getting clapped. Not gonna hold you. A lot of folks is getting clapped.
Especially you got Moria walking around. You know he got the little like you don't need all that.
Yeah, you know exactly.
You don't need all that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised we don't got Seraphin on guard.
Nah, we can't do that. They can't do that. We can't do that. Emu can't Seraphin no D member, bro. That's completely working backwards. I'm not gonna lie to you. You just might as well just give us the plot. Give away the whole plot right now. Like you doing something like that, I ain't gonna lie, you're cooked, bro. You're cooked, bro.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Let's see. Only in Wano though they were isolated. But what about the outside? Grand Line or New World?
Nami's mom.
It's odd to, yeah. There you go.
Nah, Foster mom had a grade. She did. Bellamere did have a grade. So did Yabushiri. Yes.
Yeah.
Zoro gave a grade to the sword. Yeah. Hey.
Sengoku allowed the Whitebeard pirates to retrieve their dead Nakama. Ida and Harold died in their homeland. Well, Elbaf.
No. Shanks allowed them to do that, not Sengoku.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, Brooks Pirates.
Garland called Sengoku and said, when my son pulls up, you do everything he tells you to. That's what happened. That's really what happened for Marine Force.
Yeah. Dean's life. He says, I doubt they'd give him a proper grave. Yeah.
Oh, and all the pirates buried on Thriller Bark. They all have proper graves too. You got the Rumbar pirates. They got proper graves on Thriller Bark.
Luffy was trying to put him back in the grave.
Valid. But he seraphimed a Buccaneer in Kuma playing with fire then.
Yeah, you're right. He's already doing too much. I agree. Yeah. He's already wilding. Why am I doing anything with a Buccaneer? Like, nah, for when Vegapunk said, yeah, we could just use the Buccaneers and make pacifistas, get out of my office. That's what I would have told him. Get out of my office right now. Bro, if we really gonna do that, bro, we could have just at that point, we should have just took the admirals and just made bootleg versions of them. Like that's what I should have did.
You could. You definitely could.
S-Dog for Sakazuki.
S-Dog.
Bro.
S-Monkey. You know what I mean?
S-Monkey. Go crazy.
S-Tiger Fuji. Like, let's go. Like, where are these ideas, bro?
Can they afford a 5 billion berry Seraphim though? Like, that's kind of high.
I would not want a Seraphim sucks. Nah.
Okay, let me ask you a question, Ree. Do you think original Sakazuki would be stronger than Seraphim Sakazuki? Because only one of them could have the bounty. The other one got a command chip and he following it.
I don't know.
Who's not at the desk? That's the real question.
I don't know.
Sakazuki. I'm going to
Well, because this other one has a durability hack. So
he's a Lunarian now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's a cyborg. He got glint fruit laser.
But he bows his head.
He might have a resin bubble in his palm. You never know. Like it's a little crazy.
You said he bows his head, bro. You're okay. I see what we're doing here.
Yeah, he bows his head. That's Seraphim. He bows his head to people. Like, listen, once you bow your head to someone, I give you all the durability. But once you bow your head, you peak. You peak.
Hey,
shout out to Zoro.
Hey man. Okay. Nika, well, I'll read this since you just took a sip. Seraphim Garp would not listen. It would immediately attack S. Roger.
W comment.
Facts. So true.
Yeah, you'd have to send them on opposite missions. Like they can't do it together. That's a fact.
Honestly, Man, that would be something to play around with, like in the sense of like, if they were a team, like you send one in, and you send the one.
We're a team.
You send one in, and you send the other one after it. Or from like, oh, you know this is a cake shot. Sorry.
Well, I like that you said we're a team. In fact, that's how they would have to address it first.
And Seraphin Roger would be a teenager, so he'd be gooning all over the place. So he'd be gooning for Shocking. We don't need that. We don't need that.
He'd be gooning for
Boa. As a Boa. Yeah, we don't need that. I don't need that anymore.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of gooning, bro. We just made it through Goon Piece. We all lived.
I still don't call it Goon Piece, but I get it.
I don't call it Goon Piece either.
I get it though.
The community has.
Word, I get it though. Like, oh yeah, that's right, Goon Piece.
It's kind of Goon Piece, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's kind of Goon Piece, bro. Like,
I don't think it's Goon Piece. I think it's Simp Piece.
It's that too. It's Simp Piece, Goon Piece. You know, whatever you want to say. That's what it is. Okay. Nika, you're good. Your thoughts and your rating. We're ready, bro.
Biasly, when I say 10 out of 10. This is the first time I've seen Oda use a sequence like that for a fight in a manga. And he actually, like, you could literally pull up the whole page with all the one part here, one part here. And you got to keep bouncing up and down to really like read the whole page. I do feel like this is the first time Oda's tried that, and I actually liked it. Like, I reread that Loki versus Harold part so many times, bro. Not gonna lie to you. So I'll give it 9 out of 10 on a solid, but I do love the chapter. I think this is a good chapter. I love that Oda was able to have Loki eat the fruit, showed up, silhouetted him out still. We're still in silhouette piece. And then even after he silhouetted him, Harold is like, from Harold, we're looking at Harold in the eyes of Loki. And Harold's like, oh, show me the power. Slashes at him, cuts him. Then Loki's like, I bet. We don't see Loki, but we see Loki whooping that ass. And this is just bad for Harold, bro. And then I like the ending part of the fight where Harold did say what he said. You know, he woke up and he was emphasizing on the stuff with the village, with the Brewer village. That part was beautiful to me because I, for one, have been shitting on Harold as far as the dad tendencies go in this flashback. So to see that, I'm glad you acknowledge that before you pass, bro. Like, acknowledge your son in that. Don't leave him lingering with thoughts of, did my dad approve of what I did or how I loved this woman that wasn't even my mom? And then bringing me all the way to the point I've been waiting to tell Ree for 6 months.
Oh, God.
Ree.
Oh, God.
Ree.
I'm ready.
Loki killed his dad. Estrid said the kid was cursed and all this bad shit was going to happen. It all happened. Granted, context to everything. I understand it, Ree. But it all happened nonetheless. We got to give her, if we're giving Madam Charlie some feats on, the crystal ball and seeing the future, and we were just talking about Hawkins 2 seconds ago. We got to show this woman, this dead, good for nothing, big giant woman, royal. We do got to give her at least throw her a rose petal, something like, okay, you was right. I don't like you, but here you go. We got to do something because she was right. He killed his dad. She said he was going to kill his dad. He did it. Context to everything. Understand. But he did. He did. That's all I want to say, Ree. That's all I want to say, Ree.
Preach.
I just want to add one thing. For our brother who can't be here,
Alex.
the queen was right. I'm gonna quote. This is not me. The great queen was right. The great queen tried to stop these tragedies, Ree. I tried to tell you these tragedies wouldn't happen if we just got rid of that baby. Quoting Alex, not Bush.
So now, Estrid was right, and she saw it. Listen. Doesn't matter. Listen, I know we all love Loki, but he did exactly what she foresaw.
Can I say something to it too? Because I think what happened for real is one of those things where she had a vision, That's So Raven type time going on.
Mm-hmm.
She saw the vision, and instead of trying to work, she did. When you try so hard to not let something happen, but all you're doing is making it happen even more.
Yes,
that's what she did.
One off to meet his destiny on the road. He takes it for it.
Happen in the vision and be like, man, F that. I love my kid. and would have treated him with love, we wouldn't be here right now, possibly.
You
But,
know what? Yeah.
Go ahead, Zach. My bad.
I would say, you know what she should have did? Remember what the mermaid Fishman, well, you know, who would see the ball, she broke herself. She was like, yo, I'm just going to let it rock out. She could have did that. But Estrid was like, nah, we not having that.
Yeah. Estrid definitely could have, like, been aware of the thing. And like you said, give love to her child. And where these policies to avoid them going forward. I hate to say, she could have been a real mother, and really like been there for her child, and like, okay, I had a problem with you doing bad shit. I'm going to be there to help guide you not to be this bad shit. Yeah, man. She really could. God give her a rose petal and whatnot, but she definitely could have did it.
She got
she gets a rose petal. That is it. And it's only because I'm only giving her the rose petal because she actually had a right prediction. I don't like that it's right, but it was right nonetheless. I do believe that she didn't treat the situation with love. Like if she would have if she would have just been a mom, bro. Because you know how moms in plenty of shows, plenty of novels, they born a kid that no one likes, and they're like, you know what? No one's gonna love my kid. I'm gonna love my kid. She didn't do that. She completely was like, yo, like 3-pointer off the cliff, and then from there, everything Loki. Shout out to Black Clover moment. Asta literally just said in the latest, he literally just said, even though I was born without magic, everything I went through without it, that is mine. All that suffering, all that hate, all that pain, I went through it. I amounted from it, and I you know, he did his thing. Point is, he said that is mine. He doesn't regret nothing. He doesn't wish he was born with magic. Nothing. He takes it all in stride. That's Loki. Loki's just gonna take it all in stride, bro.
Yep.
I think I will give her flowers, but
not flowers, just a petal. We just giving her one rose petal.
Our podcast can be known for giving her a flower.
Because I'm with y'all. I'm with you and Strawberry. I'm saying she's a piece of shit. Show.
Well,
she's getting that one rose petal because
give her a whole rose. Give her a whole rose.
I'm gonna give her 2 rose petals.
Yeah,
2 rose petals.
It's all right.
Because she predicted it. Cool. And I will say, I don't think Loki unlocks Conqueror's Hockey by this time if she loves him. I know that's like kind of like a crazy take, but if she actually treats him well and he doesn't go through the hardships of his life, which bring him to the point that he is here now, I don't think that, one, he idolizes rocks at any point. And I also don't think that he unlocks Conquerors to be able to kill King Harold in this moment. So, hey, she gets 2 rose petals. She's still a terrible mother.
Yeah, horrible. Dreadfully horrible.
At the end of the day, you know, it was because of her indirectly. No, it was actually directly. It was directly because of her why he actually is able to have Conquerors, in my opinion. I don't think he unlocks it.
I think he would have probably unlocked it regardless. The potency of it and the timing of it, I agree with you, Ree.
Right.
Ree, before you go on, what do I always say? TBC. Trauma breeds conquerors. I always say it, man. Trauma breeds conquerors. Trauma breeds conquerors hockey for Loki.
I like how you switch it from character to conqueror.
Yeah, now it's conquerors.
Yes, it does.
W to the same.
Hey, I could dig it.
Strawberry looked like she wanted to say something on this topic, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. She's been shaking her head back and forth.
Hey, go for it, Strawberry. After you, I'm gonna say my takes on the chapter.
Man, all y'all disrespectful.
What? How?
Nah, I ain't giving Estrid no type of roses. She don't even get a rose petal. She doesn't get the stem, and she doesn't get the thorn that's on the stem. She ain't getting nothing for me. Nope.
Nah.
I've
You
been.
won't even give her the thorn so she can stick herself? That's crazy.
Nope. She doesn't deserve that.
What?
Wow.
Okay.
Nope. She doesn't deserve that kind of pain. She deserves worse than that. Okay. If my computer wasn't running so slow, I was literally pulling up the panel to be like, you know what? I don't think she said verbatim that he was going to kill his dad. I think she said something else. So we're not going to predicts that, oh, she said Loki was going to kill his dad. No, she said something about Loki bringing down Elbath, okay? I'm not, that shit don't get nothing from me. Absolutely nothing.
Sorry, she did say it. Even though I don't want to.
He said it verbatim, Strawberry. I ain't gonna hold you. He said that.
Okay, that's why I was pulling up the panel because I don't remember. But my computer's being so slow. But yeah, no, that's all I've been doing while I was sitting here, shaking my head and contemplating the liquor I'm going to have to drink because of this.
Don't get me wrong. We all do agree she's trash, though. Like, we're not trying to say that she's not trash. She is definitely trash. She was just like right trash. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, she is lower than the scum beneath my shoe. She is lower than that. Okay, I don't give her nothing. I don't care what she predicted. To be honest, coming from a spiritual standpoint, you speaking that kind of life over to your child is crazy to me. So
I think she caused that future to happen. That's why I was saying I'm with Ree. Because of all her wrongdoing, she helped play a big part in why the future came down to be what it is today. Yeah, for sure. I'm completely with that.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, the reason why I like the whole prediction thing, in all honesty, is because it really makes me go back to the predictions we got on Fisherman about Luffy doing, destroying Fisherman Island. I can't wait to see how that prophecy is manifest, because it's just like I don't know if it's like Blackbeard. It's like pirate friend, Calvina, Devon and whatnot, like her being Luffy and whatnot, and that's how they get Shihoshi. There's so many levels that we could come with it. Seeing that how this prediction was done and seeing how it played out. I just want to see how, like, that's why I'm interested in, like, ooh, gotta give you a rose, because damn, this shit about to turn back around when we go back. Like, it's gonna come back. This is gonna come back.
And Raspberry, think about it like this: if she had not thrown a weird-eyed baby down that cliff, he would not have the Conqueror's Haki to be able to stand up to his father, to be able to tame the squirrel. He needed that trauma. He needed the trauma of being thrown down. And Estrid, you know what? They won't give it to you. I'll give you a single rose. A single rose. Because you know what? Loki ended up connecting with his dad, and it all came full circle. Even though it didn't go the way we wanted it to, it still came out great.
I wanna ask just on that topic. How do you guys think Hadrudin fares in this? Because he was loved throughout his life. So, do you think Hadrudin is going to be able to calm himself down enough to actually get Ragnir and the fruit if it was destined for him to get it, which is not, but if it was, would he be able to actually do what Loki did in this moment?
No. In my opinion, honestly, I think Hero had a plan for them to split. In the sense, like, one was going to get the fruit and one was going to get the hammer. I think that was like Hero's like goal and whatnot. So that's how I kind of see it. And I don't know which one Hadrudin would have gotten.
Okay, so you think Hadrudin would have been able to come in there and handle himself similar to how Loki was able to?
Yes, I think in the sense of, like, not by himself. I think it would have been the brothers together. I don't know if him by himself could have did what Loki did. I don't know.
Just one by himself.
There we go. There we go, Fooly. I was about to get on you for that one. I don't think Hadrudin is stopping Loki all by. I don't think Hadrudin is stopping Harold all by himself the same way Loki was able to do before the fruit and after the fruit.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have had. I don't think he would have been selected to take Ragnir wouldn't have picked him. So he would have been there he would have been able to help out, but he would have been the one anchoring his brother. Because before, when I first read the chapter, I won't lie to you, because remember, he called both of them to the throne room, but one was there. I was on the borderline of thinking the same way Fooly was, where, like, he does want them to split it, and he wants one to do this, and then he wants one to do that. One gets the fruit, one gets the hammer. One takes the throne, one plays the knight. I do think it was going to be something like that, but then reading this, and then because I've told people before, I think what we're about to witness with the brothers is like House of Dragons, you know, King Viserys and Daemon gone right. That type of relationship gone right. I personally believe Hadrudin would have just been there to back up Loki, because Hadrudin is the first son, so he could have said, Hadrudin, you could be the king, but the person that's the muscle for Elbaf would always be Loki.
Yeah, I could dig it. Shout out to Bands in the comments. I see you in the comments, my friend.
My boy Bands.
And shout out to Dizzy too, because that Theory Dizzy, man, you going up on every platform right now.
Yeah, that thing. I was reaching out to some people, and I was like, "Hey," they're like, "I've been doing." I was like, "Hey, you want to know if you want to come on and talk to us? Like, you know, give us your little theories."
Yeah, it was a dope vibe. I think the one that she did on as far as theory wise, that's probably our biggest theory on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
That was dope.
It was like 24 point something. I was like, "Oh, I didn't even check." It blew up.
It's running up.
Yeah. Likes going up still. Facts. It's litty.
Okay, so my takes on the chapter, man. I'm going 9.5 out of 10, maybe even 10 out of 10. I think this is easily the best chapter of the flashback. Like it or not, I think it's the best chapter of the flashback. I think it's the best fight of the flashback. I think this is a better fight than Rox and Roger and Garp. I think it's better. This was actually more enjoyable, not only because of how Oda drew it, but I don't know, man, the aura that followed him stepping out the room after he just had to have a side fight to get the hammer, then gets the hammer, then gets the fruit, then pulls up and is like, yo, you know, I got it. Walks out the room just having the fruit, has this transform. There was just more levels to this. And it was a 1v1. Like, there's not that I'm not saying that the God Valley, Roger, Rox, and Garp fight was bad. I don't think so. But this is just different, bro. And this is coming right after I just watched Harold curb stomp one of his underlings the chapter before, and also throw a sword point blank into freaking Harul's face. So that same man is out here getting tossed around like a freaking basketball. Like, it's like that. And I agree with you, Nika, as far as the way Oda drew this. It's so cinematic. Because I think a lot of times, at least for me, in other fights, it's kind of hard to understand what he's trying to do sometimes with fights, because there's not a whole lot of panels of it, but I kind of can envision it. I feel like I get exactly what happened. Bro walked out the room. Harold was like, yo, you got it? All right, bet. Show me what you got. And he just tosses him around. He gets back up, hits him again, throws him around the room. I mean, it's like that. Right after, by the way, we're seeing how heavy Ragnir actually is, because at the beginning of the chapter, Ragnir is literally breaking the ground just by its weight. And Loki's like, nah, no way it's that heavy. No, it's literally breaking the ground that y'all are standing on. And he takes that fruit and the hammer and literally slams it into my man's chest. So, yeah, I really like this. I really like this. This chapter, again, was the best chapter of the flashback. A lot of stuff was answered. I mean, they even gave me the answer to what I was wondering for a while, as far as if Garling cared to seek out Shanks. Because I know before we had gotten this flashback, I had always wondered, does he care? Is he one of those that's like, ugh, you've mingled with like regular people, so you're not my son anymore. He wasn't like that. He actually cared to seek him out and say, yo, where's he at? Obviously, he didn't go himself, but he sent people. Go find my son. I want him back. And then he eventually, of course, gets him back into the Holy Land, which we see a couple chapters ago. But no, this is good. I really do think that some of these panels in the chapter are going to be considered for panel of the year at the end of the year. I really do. And Loki hitting freaking Herald, that's crazy. And we got the lightning blast out of the castle, which we got that full frame again, like how we got with Scopper, which at the time I thought it was crazy when Scopper's lightning out the castle happened. I thought that was crazy. So I'm like, oh my God. Like, dude, it's lightning. I could see it. You know how big that blast has to be? No.
Wait, which panel are you talking about with Scopper's lightning in the castle? What are you talking about?
When he was fighting Luffy and Zoro, and he had slashed off part of the castle, and there was like a little.
That wasn't lightning. That was just his air splash. That was his okay from his axe. But I do consider that Rio because he parted a cloud with that. Right. Sure. He definitely was volleying.
That's kind of where I was going. That's where I was going.
I get what you're talking about. I know what you mean for sure now.
Yeah. But I thought even that was crazy because he sliced off some of the castle. We're looking at this massive lightning blast, and we got speed lines on the panel just to show you. Nah, this is the whole place in Elbaf is feeling this. There's no wondering this happened just from one hit. So I'm kind of nervous. This is going to be special when we actually get to see Loki fully up there. But remember, even when we do get back to Loki, he's still injured, and he's going to be injured for months. So when we get back to Elbaf, even when we do see him, if he fights and we don't see him going crazy like this, remember that he's still injured. He's going to be injured for a while. So I don't expect to see this level of power, this level of attack. I don't expect to see any of this when we get back. But I do expect to see, bro, you should be throwing down with Ragnir at least. And show me your freaking fruit.
I'll say this, though. If he takes off the cuffs, Zoans do naturally come with like I wouldn't say a healing buff, but give them some time. Their regenerative capabilities are better than an average human.
That's fair.
Yeah, either way, he's still injured. I don't know how much he will stay injured. I don't know if the lightning. I don't know if Ragnir affects his like. I don't know if Oda's going that way. It's like Percy Jackson, he's demigod. The water helped heal him and all that. What if the lightning helps heal Loki? Not saying it does that. It's just a random thought. Headcanon.
I just hear upscales for Nami, bro. Like we're getting a dude with lightning, and a nail. Yeah, granted, Oda literally said we're going to be moving at what speed? Lightning speed this year.
That's a downscale though, Oda. We need you at light speed feats, bro.
Light speed.
We need Oda at light speed feats, bro. I'm playing. We need slow burns.
Downscale for Oda, bro. Get your hockey up. I'm serious. Like this is about to be very, very interesting. We got Nami, we got Loki, and we probably got a nail that's going to be back before the end of this arc. 3 lightning users. What are we doing? Because we know that they're talking about Elbaf. Their weakness is fire. So lightning striking these branches causes fire. Hey, only thing I hear is Nami upscale. That's it.
Facts. I think they're all getting up.
And Big Mom. And Big Mom is also a lightning person. And Big Mom.
If she come back, yes, I do think she does. But let's see what Oda does, man. But I agree. That could possibly. If Big Mom comes back, she probably manipulate them nightmares, bro. She'll grab that nightmare thundercloud and go crazy.
Come on.
But I don't want to get too crazy with headcanon. But I listen.
No,
I would be surprised if the mother nightmare grabs the nightmare cloud and starts wilding. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yes.
It makes total sense, bro. Like, it's not even like One Piece craziness. Like, you're telling me Big Mom's not gonna go there and be like, oh, this is what's going on. I think she's gonna reanimate the Big Mom that looks like her too. That's what I think. So first thing she's gonna go after. She's gonna be like, oh, so you are scared of me. Love it.
Don't forget, it's not only that, Big Mom. There's a bunch of mother nightmares that were actually giant warrior pirates, and them boys was hurt. They had the Nami syndrome going on. Not Nami, the Sanji syndrome. Like they couldn't fight them; they were too scary.
Let me ask this. I don't remember if we had talked about this already. With the Domi Reversi of Rocks versus this Herald version that wasn't actually directly Domi Reversi, are we thinking that the Rocks version was stronger in the flip in the power with Emu because he got directly Domi Reversi, or do you guys think that it's like equal because they both got power from Emu?
It could be. Well, are you talking about the characters themselves in general, or are you talking about Emu's?
No. I know that the characters are equal. I know the characters are roughly equally matched.
I wouldn't even say that.
So
hold on. Rocks died at a certain time. This is years later, which means
that's true. That's
gotten stronger.
That's
got
true.
The Emu buff.
All right. Well, let me back up. I wasn't talking about the characters. I'm just saying getting directly Domi Reversi'd by Emu versus Emu taking over your mind. Do you guys think that there's a power difference between those two?
I would say I feel like you answered that with the question you asked.
Okay, talk about it.
If you're saying like being influenced or being directly controlled, if I have the power to directly control you and to influence someone at the same damn time, isn't me having direct control over you more of like a flex of my power? In the sense of like, we haven't seen anyone who has like a mark do dummy reversing whatnot, and we haven't seen.
Fooly, you okay? Contextually, you're mixing him up a little bit. He's not talking about which influence maybe. He's not talking about. Okay, Ree, let me know if I'm wrong. You want to know if the influence of Emu doing the brainwashing, along with the buff from the Holy Night mark, equates to Domi Reversi being Rock.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I kind of leaning on Domi Reversi.
Yeah.
But depending on, I guess it depends on the person you become when the influence is given to you, because they both seemed like it was willing savagery. It was not willing savagery, but it was like Harold became a complete savage. Rocks, they both kind of became the same thing. I feel like right now it's still an equal play until we see it done another time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I would say the only thing I can really like add to that, because like Nika kind of like hit it on the head and whatnot. I'm not gonna lie to you. Only thing I can add to that, I feel like the whole dummy reverse is more of a mass play card that you would throw out. You know what I mean? And it's like, say it get like puts numbers on that. Let's say it gives you like 100 base rip, right? But like if you are dummy, but you have the mark and whatnot, that's regeneration. That's like levels of like, I think it gives on like who the person is that has the mark and whatnot, because that adds like you feel what I'm saying? Like
I'm agreeing with Fooly there, because I do think, okay, let me say this. In likes of that, I do think Harold has the better benefit. You get what I'm saying? Because with Rocks, there ain't no healing factor there with Rocks. All we really know is that he had this crazy Conqueror's Hockey barrier that, because it amped his moveset kind of. So he wasn't being taken. You couldn't get past. If you can't get past the Conqueror's Hockey barrier, you don't need to worry about my regeneration. You feel me? Where Harold didn't have a Conqueror's Hockey barrier, he just had the regeneration. So Oda, that's why I said it's still equal on portrayal, because of how Oda, like I said, he gets Domi reversed. He gets forced to go all out, whether he wants to or not. He's going all out with a buff. On top of that, his skill set is very all his skills are being maxed out. Harold, we're seeing Harold fight. It's not really skills that are being maxed out. It's kind of like he does have that amp and the bruteness and whatnot, but he has regeneration. So the people that were hitting him, like Shanks was hitting. Watch this. All the attacks that Shanks and Gabon were doing on him, they were hitting Harold, and Harold was regenerating. They couldn't even get past Rocks with that.
Yeah. They
couldn't even get past Rocks with that. So they would have needed either way, both situations require an extra force. Either Rocks, either Gabon and Shanks lock in and they become Garp and Roger in the moment, and then they unlock the critical mass right here and then, which we know they don't, so they have to go forward and get stronger later on in the timeline, period. Well, at least Shanks. I won't say all that for Gabon, but for Shanks, for sure. Now, for Loki comes back and he just does what he does. You get what I'm saying? So in this situation, like, you could say Loki could. Do you think Loki could have got rid of Rocks? Domi Rocks?
That was my next question. That was literally my next question.
Okay. Then you're consistent then on how you're tracking this. I like that.
Yeah. Cause I'm sitting here like, man, that goes back to why I think it's a little bit more impressive. That's not even the right word. Not impressive. That's why I like seeing this fight more. I feel like I was able to, I don't know. I feel like this is just gonna sound crazy, man. I like the critical mass thing, but I don't at the same time. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like I
think you do like it. Is the way that Oda delivered it to you. Like you prefer, like if Oda would have paneled out Roger, Rocks, and Garp's fight the same way he paneled out this fight, you would be feeling the same way. You would be like, yo, this fight is top tier. What the hell is critical mass? Oh my god. But you didn't get that. You had to read it panel page for page without dialogue. And I know you, Ree, you're a reader. Even though you like the comic aspect, you don't want a picture book. You still want words there. Yep. There wasn't no dialogue in their fight. There wasn't a lot of dialogue with Loki and Harold, but the panels were all congested and given to us like bam, bam, bam. This is what happened in this part. This happened this part. You had to go to the next page and you had to analyze the whole page, make sure you're not missing nothing. Okay. He threw him over here, but what is that actually doing though? You don't know that. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's actually going on if they're not explaining it until Garp and Roger do explain it. Whereas with Loki, no one can beat Harold. They're all depending on Loki. Loki comes in and he just start manhandling him. No Conqueror's Code and no lightning being thrown around. He just ragdolling this guy around all the time. Granted, he's still using some of that stuff in like it's leaking, you know what I mean? Instinctively, he doesn't know that he's doing it. Yeah. But, because I argue that same thing for Rocks. As much credit as we give to Rocks, Gabon says you can kill God Knights. Rocks didn't kill Garland, bro, which means he didn't know that hitting them like this repeatedly is going to do the job. He just figured what he was doing. Oh, he seems like he hurt, so I'm going to keep doing this shit. He just didn't finish him, you know what I'm saying? Where Gabon has stated they're not immortal. We sent them packing Team Rocket style plenty of times, but they are not immortal. I'm telling you that right now. Lock in because they are not immortal.
Strawberry, real quick. I'm gonna let you go, Zaza. Hold on one sec. Can you drop a poll? I'm gonna let y'all both go and ask which fight was better, the Herald versus Loki or the Rocks Roger Garp. All right. But either one, whichever one.
I hate. You know how much I hate power scaling, but when Garp was explaining the hockey thing to Roger, that put Garp a little bit above Roger to me in the context of he is a more seasoned hockey fighter. Not more powerful for the comments. He was more seasoned in understanding how to deal with things because he is explaining it to Roger. Roger has advanced Conqueror's hockey. He knows that. But Garp is explaining, he's like, hey, you are not doing enough to take them out. I am explaining to you. That's why I said I could see like this. Just in that moment, not anything else. I hate power scaling, but I was like, yo, Garp really is that guy where he's even explaining to the Pirate King, like, yo, you don't understand what needs to be done. Let me lay it out for you. That's all. That's it.
Just to say this to your point, it's still 50-50 only because it was Roger's idea to hit them with critical mass. So Garp started the ego contest. Like, I already know what's going on. Like, this is what you need to understand. And Roger's like, exactly, facts. You spitting, you cooking. So how about we do this? And Garp's like, all right, you cooking too. It was like a respect thing. Like, you cooking too. Let's try it out. So they're both of them. That's why I said Garp and Roger, people that are shout out to Anime Sundays, but a lot of people kind of crapping on Roger for the whole, Goon piece, all that type of stuff, as Ree was saying. But after that chapter, Garp and Roger's stocks are up. Like it should have been there in the first place because we start off the story with those two as the pivots.
Yes.
People going, power scalers going power scale, and it is power. Unfortunately, what we're talking about is directly a power scaling thing. Like these two situations with Harold and Rocks being Domied and Harold being influenced, it is full on a power scaling thing.
Yeah.
That's why I had to make it clear.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to say was the way Ree took this chapter in about the battle and whatnot is the way I felt about the whole God Valley and the whole, critical mass and whatnot. Because you see how I really expressed that in like the week. Well, yeah, I really did like that whole critical mass thing and the whole levels that it brought there and whatnot. And so yeah, I feel like if it did have more, you would have felt more, like how Nika said, because it really hit me in a way, and
Bro, that's something me and Blue talked about in the Discord for a while. 2 years ago, we were already speculating. Me, him, and my guy Domi, we were already speculating. Hockey is spiritual. We have Brooke talking about the soul, and they dropped lore about the soul, but no one's actually emphasized on hockey and what comes from the soul. I was speculating that Conqueror's hockey is the direct line to the soul, because hockey gives off spiritual energy, which has to come from the soul since it's spiritual. So if it's coming from the soul, then how do we get to that, explaining that in One Piece? And it never clicked. Vegapunk had already talked about it, but I didn't click he's basically talking about that critical mass is drawn. I think it's drawn from that pool, that 21 grams of your body. One Piece lore, but it's also real life. When you die, the human body loses 21 grams of mass.
Yep.
People speculate that to be the soul. Exactly. That scientists speculate. If there's anything, if there is a soul, it would have to be that, because that's the only thing we cannot explain. Why, when you die, you lose 21 grams of mass? That's life. That has to be the soul. So I knew critical mass to me. I think it's soul hockey. That's just all I said. That's what I call it, soul hockey. But yeah,
I can dig it. Okay, let me hit some of these comments real fast. Oh, I'm behind.
And while you pull up the comments, the one thing I will say for it with critical mass, for anyone who has been on the lines of thinking about critical mass and what that means for the story, what that means for Black Blades, what that means for anything, the Joy Boy level of hockey, anything. I think critical mass is just here in the story to emphasize that strength of mentality and character. You have to go all out at all. That's what Roger and Garth said. Let's give it our all and do this, whatever the case may be. If you notice, that's what Zoro realized in Wano. That's the same thing Luffy all the time does. Told Zoro straight up, even if I'm looking for somebody, I give it all I got. If I'm racing Smoker and Law to get to a certain place, you're gonna see flames behind me because I'm giving it all I got. You know what I'm saying? So you can argue that being critical mass towards the devil fruit if you are going that far.
Yo, to Nika's point, because I've been reading on Twitter, a lot of people have said about this whole critical mass and just using more hockey and all that type of stuff. I'm like, Luffy's whole thing before hockey was known was just to hit people hard. Just to hit him. So it's literally an advanced form of what Luffy's been doing since the beginning of One Piece. Guys, I need you to get out of your own way. Luffy's just doing what he's always done.
That's in his soul. It's in his soul. That's why I said it has to be the soul. It's in his soul, bro. That's who he is. That's why I don't like. It's
Luffy found out this way to beat Crocodile. I was like, but what was he doing at the end of the day? Hitting Crocodile hard and yo, bro, come on. You know what? I'm not.
Yo, Zah, I personally don't think Zoro usurped Luffy and was the only person to unlock armament hockey in that arc. If Zoro's doing it, we should pay closer attention to Luffy. That's how I look at it. And there was even a panel. I keep forgetting to go back and get it or look at it. But there's a panel of Crocodile. He had already talked about Luffy and his blood.
Yep.
But then he realized his blood had dried up, and he was like, "Yo, is he using?" Or he said something that was like a ... and they didn't finish it. But it's been so long since I ever went and looked at any Alabasta panels for sure. I just rewatched the anime, but it's in the panels though, and there's literally a panel like that. And this dude and Crocodile, it goes unexplained. Crocodile never finishes the sentence. We never go back to this. I personally think that it was just armament hockey. He was about to say something towards it, but he, Oda wasn't trying to do all that right there.
Yeah.
So boom, that's just what it was.
I gotta get that panel because I got a lot of people that swear to me that he
Zoro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the Zoro agenda. The Zoro agenda 3 times it was crazy between him and Luffy. No cap.
Because they said Zoro was the first person to use observation hockey, but Luffy used it against Mr. 3 to find out where he was back on with
Yes, and he said it was instinct. Yes, you're right. Those are all pre-time skip hockey moments that are not explained to be hockey moments.
Yep.
Like Dizzy said, because that's all I've ever done. If you learn something here, you go back and watch it there. Like when we learn Conqueror's hockey, it's an intimidating look. And then we go back and you see Zoro stop Odie, and Zoro's like, he's looking at the bounty hunters and they all just back up. You're like, hold up, look at that. Then they even let Ben Beckman do that to the bandits in the 4 episodes they used for promotional use for Film Red.
Thank you.
Hold up, like what's going on? Y'all over here paralleling? Okay.
And I'll give you another one to finish out the monster trio. Sanji used his observation hockey to find Robin on Water 7 when she was leaving. That was his first time using observation hockey. That's how he found Robin. I'm always call that one out. No one calls it out.
Him and Zoro had Ryo moments, like internal destruction. Zoro cuts Ryuma and his body sets a flame of blue blaze. Sanji kicks Jobber and he says, "My bones feel like
I know,
That's internal destruction.
Yes.
Literally how we, you can nuance it however you want. God damn, he's not talking about his skin. He says, "My bones are burning." Sanji was rearranging people's faces.
Yes. He's been doing it.
Sabo did that in Just Rosa. Sanji was doing that, like on some fashion shit. Like, yo, you want your face to look like, all right, man, let me kick you here. Bang, bang, bang. Wait, too much of that. All right, let me hit you back here. Bang, bang, bang. Now his face is literally like that.
Yep.
Sanji's been doing that. That's all I wanted to say. I mean, but
I was just going to observation key. I know what you were trying to say. I was going to observation hockey thing. That's all.
No, I know. No, I believe in your moment. I was adding on. My bad.
You good.
My bad. We spun crazy.
No, y'all good. Bands, I see your comment. I'm gonna hit you in the Discord after the stream's over. I'm gonna hit you in the Discord. All right. Where was that? Dizzy said, "Okay, glad I found y'all. Yes, you are Nakama now. So
Facts.
Glad that you are here.
Strawhat gang. Stop playing.
Big game.
Hashtag Strawhat gang.
Facts. Hadrudin would have been able to kill Harold in Loki's place just as Loki did. The difference is now the devil fruit and hammer. See, I wasn't talking strength. I was talking more mentality. Because even Loki was struggling with the concept of his father.
Yeah, Alex missed that. I think, well, I'm not even going to say that. Alex might really think that regardless. I think, though, Alex, as far as what was going on, because we're talking about being able to even stand up to him before that and then have the will to go do what he says. Like, go eat that fruit and come back and kill me. Because that's what Loki was able to do. Hadrudin is of the way of the warrior. So just like the guards switched up, I do think Hadrudin would also be able to adapt in mentality as well. I just think Loki's more capable of killing Harold. That's just what I believe. I don't know if Hadrudin's killing Harold after the buff and all of that, because from what I've seen from Hadrudin in Dressrosa, I wasn't impressed to where I think he's just handling Harold. Loki, if I take Hadrudin out of Dressrosa and put Loki, and I'm talking Loki without the devil fruit, it is a different conversation. I definitely believe it's a different conversation. I do believe Hadrudin is gonna have to show me something in the sun run because I do believe he could be a conqueror too. I believe all of that. But for me to be like he's equal to Loki, he gonna have to show me some shit. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know if I'm there. I don't have bias. I don't have any type of bias towards Hadrudin in a good way to give him that inkling, or in a bad way to say he can't do it. But I will leave the space open for it. If he could show me that, I'm all with it. But if he can't show me that, I'm not. That's not no agenda I'm taking on. I got Loki above Hadrudin.
Is this
physically?
Going fully.
I'm gonna say, like, I do have Hadrudin agenda. I'm not gonna lie to you. I want him to achieve his dreams. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wanted to be king of the giants. I'm not gonna lie to you. I want that for him. I want to unite giants and whatnot.
Don't get it confused, Fooly. That's not what I'm talking about. That listen. I got a whole Hadrudin gets the snow fruit and becomes king of the giants.
Yeah,
and actually unite the. I'm on that time for contextually what Alex is speaking on. I don't. I'm not. I'm 50-50. I don't know if he can. I don't know if he's keeping up with Loki with what Loki's doing. That's the only part about it. I do think he will have the mentality to probably do the job at the end of the day. I think it's more of a struggle to get it done though. Like Hadrudin might be more. Well, at this point he would have the fruit, so I'm not even gonna trip on that. But that's the thing though. I still believe Loki's better with the fruit because genetically and physically he's more of a monster with the fruit. He's an ancient giant. He's bigger in size. Yeah. Everything that Hadrudin everything you would want in an ancient giant or a giant of Elbap, like who they would want to be the king, they got all that for Loki already. That's why the conversation even exists of who's gonna really be the king. You get what I'm saying? Because he has everything. Like the dude Loki is just stacked like that. Yep. If I hear Loki's the king of the nation, there's a problem, bro. I can't just go attacking him. That's bull.
That's true.
I can't. I got an ally with like 2 Yonkos. I need
maybe 3. You know, listen, I like Hadrudin. I've never been the biggest fan of. This is the same Hadrudin was getting beat down by Mach Vice from the Doflamingo Pirates, bro. Like, yo, it was like a Hail Mary praying to Elbaf God just for you to win. There's no way in the world the Giants are taking you seriously right there.
You
like,
have to like bonkai.
You know what I'm trying to say?
You know in Bleach when they do the move and they be like to the waters and to the whatever. And he had to do that.
This man was reaching for the sky with Mach Vice on his. I'm like, yo, no, bro.
Yo, not too much on my guy though. I like Hadrudin. Yeah, like, not too much on my guy. Not too much.
No, I'm not trying to disrespect him. I'm just saying.
In comparison to Loki, I do think there are 2 different giants. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. But don't go hard on my boy. I like Hadrudin.
I feel like he's gonna show us something. I can't wait. I hope he does.
Yeah. I think he's gonna show up too.
Yeah,
I think he's show up.
I think Hadrudin does.
Hey, Ree, I don't think nothing about your NAMI agenda. You stay out of this.
Wait, hold on. I just gotta. Okay, I'm only saying this because I just rewatched Dressrosa, and I'm not gonna lie. It's not looking good.
I know.
It does have to get a bloom though, because we have to remember. Speaking on Dressrosa, you have to remember the narrator at the end where he says each of the seven captains that have pledged to Luffy will show back up at the end. There's gonna be a time when they show up, and I do think that's Final War type shit. There's gonna be a time that they show up, and when they show up, they're going to be exponentially stronger than what they showed you at Dressrosa. Yeah. That's why I'm not when people look at me and they say, hey, well in the anime, the same hockey that they use, the same hockey color they use for Garp and Kuzan, they were using for Leo and Sai at the Reverie. I was like, well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Luffy got 7 captains that pledged themselves to him. I have no problem believing that, even if it's like after the story, or if it's in the story that we see like Conkers leaking from 1 or 2 of them, or 1 or 2 of them amount to having Conkers hockey. Like I wouldn't be surprised if Cavendish does it. He already knocks out every woman he walks by. You get what I'm saying? So it's a little different.
Well, I'll say because I see Alex. He said 10,000 tons is the best strength feat in the series, which is fair. I'm not even disputing that, but I'm just saying it didn't look good for Hadrudin in Dressrosa.
In comparison to what we think Loki would be in Dressrosa. Remember,
I don't even think
hitting him against Loki here. That's what I think he's capable. I think he's a worthy person. I think he's gonna amount to shit. He may even get certain hacks to him. That's why if he gets the devil fruit, he might have certain hacks that get him to a level where he can be equal or whatever the case may be. I don't know what to say about it. Point is, I just believe as a giant, Loki is just physically better. That's all I'm saying. So talking physical strength, that same move, Loki doing it, might have been done slightly easier or massively easier. We don't know the gap, but there's a gap.
There's one thing I did want to bring up and whatnot. So we're talking about Loki and Hadrudin and whatnot. The fact that he really went after, Ace's fruit in a sense of like, whatnot. He really went after that gold and whatnot. It really makes me think about like Loki's fruit in a sense and whatnot, and like I really want to know why he really went for Ace's fruit. I get the whole Nika thing in a sense, right? With the whole like flame and whatnot, but like it just makes my mind wonder more with like everything that we have now and knowing everything and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Rob go first. I definitely want to say.
I got an answer for you. That squirrel didn't respect him. That squirrel wasn't going to bow to him. Like at that point in time, like Nika says, maybe now because he got stronger, but at that point in time, before he went for the flame fruit, that squirrel was not going to respect him. The hammer was not going to respect. So he needed to go out there, go get a fruit. Because remember, this is still a dude who's getting bullied by Loki to that point. He needed something to buff him up. So that's why he went after all this type of stuff. He wasn't going to get the type of respect from Loki and all that stuff. He needed that. And that's where Hadrudin, he does need a boost. Like Nika said, he gets the front. Whatever he gets, he can't be that same person now. He just can't.
Let me add on to that, right?
Go on.
That's definitely a clip, Ree, for sure. That's definitely a clip what I was just spitting.
Okay.
Think about this. I'm coming up and I'm my father's son. I probably know of Ragnir and the tales of Ragnir and tales of other kings trying and failing with Ragnir, right? My father doesn't try Ragnir. I don't think Hadrudin knew Harold after the Holy Night mark in the Buffalo because he wasn't on the island like that. You know what I'm saying? But so I'll say this. Imagine hearing that, right? Then the next time you see your brother, you hear all of that about your father. And the next time you come back to Elbaf and you see your brother, you heard he killed your father. No. He beat Ragnir. Let's start from there. He beat Ragnir. Or stop. Well, he stopped Harold. Let's really start from there. Sorry about that. He stopped Harold, right? Then beats Ragnir, or at least earns Ragnir's respect. Then comes back eats devil fruit, then comes back wielding Ragnir with devil fruit and beats his father. If I'm Hadrudin, I'm not going at my brother. I'm not gonna call myself king unless I feel confidently stronger or I have something to get me on that pedestal. He has the legendary fruit of the national. He has the national treasures. He's Ragnir and he has that's two fruits. That's two crazy things he got. You know what I'm saying? There's probably already, I don't know how many fables they got, but before time, there had to be somebody that either had the hammer or had the fruit or both. So whatever tales he done grew up on, he's hearing them go crazy, right? He's seeing it in reality with his brother. Imagine all that lore and it's embodied in your brother.
That shit.
And you like, yo, he's literally the embodiment of Elbaf. He's a giant. He don't care about nothing. All the stuff that my father was trying not to, he's that. From his point of view, he is that. His brother's that. I don't like him. Every time I try to mess with him, he lying to me. He's strong as hell before. Couldn't beat him before. I'm his big brother already and couldn't beat him before. Now, well, god dang, like God ain't on my side. Maybe the God of Elbaf is on his side. He ain't on mine. He on his side. You feel me? So when he getting out, he flare fruit. If I'm him and I hear that, I'm definitely in the tournament. That's a fact. You feeble humans. I'm definitely.
I think the problem is he was too loved, though. I'm gonna be honest. As crazy as that sounds, he was way too loved to be able to compete with Loki.
Yeah.
Even when he went to Dressrosa in the Coliseum, he ain't have that grit. He ain't have it on him, bro. You got one shot it too easily, bro.
He couldn't even make it.
I completely agree with you.
He didn't even make it to the last four contenders of his round. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't even.
So are we saying that like going on with Raw statement? Conquerors is trauma?
Yes.
Yes.
What did he say?
Going on with Raw statement. Conquerors equals trauma.
Trauma breeds conquerors. Yes.
No.
Conquerors is equal. Yeah, it's not the same thing. But yeah, you have To me, this is my thing. You have to. It's not really trauma itself. I think it's adversity. The right word here is adversity. Like you have to be going through. You have to be going through it in the moment. You know those moments in wait, hold on, look, you know those moments in life where you felt like damn, I should have spoke up and said something.
Yeah.
If you like, it's one of those things where you can't be feeling like that. You had to speak up in the moment. You had to put your foot down and try your best in the moment.
I got you. But like I dated a counselor, so I'm gonna tell you PC culture today. That's trauma.
No, for sure.
That's trauma. Yeah.
No, it becomes trauma. All depending on how it reflects on the person and how they treat it going forward. Yes, it's trauma, but good trauma, bad trauma, trauma's trauma. You get what I'm saying? Trauma's trauma, but it only gets viewed as trauma if it actually traumatically affect that person. To not every person, it becomes a traumatic effect on that person. Because you want to know why? That moment of adversity, they fought through it their way. So that moment that's what I'm saying, it's contextual. Like, I'm not saying it's not. I don't think it's trauma equals conquerors, because there's characters that went through mad trauma and don't got conquerors. You get what I'm saying? But it is a prerequisite to get to conquerors. You do need a little bit of a traumatic experience, or you need some type of moment of adversity. Katakuri saw his sister getting bodied in his face and said, nah. Like, he saw her face and he said, nah, I had to stand up, and he stood up. You get what I'm saying? Yep. Like, it's one of those type of things. Most of the times it's a moment where you like have to stand up. Like, but look at Yamato. Yamato, when she awakened, it was more like she wasn't like, people were telling her it was a different type of. You can see this is why I said it's contextual, because the type of trauma she was just going through was just her hearing everybody around her saying Wano was this and that, all the naysaying, and then the Yamato was just like, no, I'm not rocking with that, and then eventually just spoke up. You know what I'm saying? And started beating people's ass.
It's more the formula: trauma plus adversity equals conquerors.
I like that.
Because the trauma sets you up, but like what you do with it, the adversity of the situation, right, leads to the conquerors.
Because you could go through a traumatic experience, but it didn't need it. You didn't experience a moment of adversity in it. Like, you didn't try to fight. You didn't try to fight it. You have to try. You gotta go. Like Yamato told Momo, I'm not just about to be no slave, little jit. I'm not about to be no slave. You gonna have to body me. Like, it's what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like Luffy said, I'm not switching my dream, but if I die chasing my dream, it is what it is. I'm comfortable with that, because I died on my beliefs. I chose how I. What Doflamingo love to say? Weaklings don't get to choose how they
do it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, when you say things like that, it's like, oh man, he's taking your conqueror moment away from you. That's what he's trying to tell you. You don't get to decipher that. You know what I'm saying? That's why Kobe's moment was crazy. Kobe's moment was, he was weak, and he actually beat that. Because he chose how he wanted to die. Because he knew speaking up, this might happen. But he said, you know what? I gotta say it. I can't die, or I can't walk off this battlefield and I not say this right now, right here, right now. He had to. It was a moment of adversity. Sanji needs to go through that.
I got it. So, Fooly, to Nika's point, your point, for the regular One Piece characters, trauma breeds character, because Nami has trauma, all the Robin and all of them got trauma, but they don't have conquerors. To be a conqueror, you need trauma plus the adversity to get conquerors, and I agree with that. You need the TBA to equal C. But you could be a regular One Piece person and have the trauma breeds character, bro. I'm just saying.
Bro,
huh?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Because you made a whole math equation.
I'm saying, bro. Like, yo, it makes sense. It makes sense. Nika pointed it out to me, and I was like, you know what? He's right.
We need a math equation. I'm thinking.
Yep. TBA equals C. Trauma plus character builds character for the regular people. For the regular ones that we like who don't have conquerors, they all have trauma, but they don't have adversity. So I love it. I don't
like that you said. Okay, hold on. I gotta pause you because I don't like that you said Nami earlier. Nami had that, and she had that moment. Because think about this. She was on Zoe, where Luffy literally arm stretched his hands around everybody and then took a nosedive off the damn elephant. That was traumatic for her. So when Luffy
Talk about
decides to when Luffy decides to give me the wheel and jump off a waterfall, it happens suddenly. Her moment of adversity was after where she got pissed and stuff. She said, yo, you still on that? That's 2 arcs ago. Like, what is you doing? Like, that's where Nami was coming from. Like, you get me? That's why you saw that in that moment, that conquers.
But he said Nami has conquerors in her own way, so I can move past that one.
No,
so
but look, just
Put some
contextually saying.
respect on the Tangerine
Yes.
team.
No matter what people say, I can still the way I narratively view conquerors. It's still what I just said for Nami still lands for every other conqueror in the series.
Yeah, what's fair? What's fair? TBA. T plus B plus A equals C.
Facts. NAMI equals COC.
That, I like
You know what I mean? Do what you will with that.
Yo, we need to make a shirt off of that. We need to make a shirt off of that. That be our shirt. That should be our shirt. Yo, that be our shirt.
Put that on the. You can put it in the front or the back, but whichever one you do, put the logo on the.
Yeah, that's the one right there. That's the one right there.
Yo, we got it. We got it. You see how we came together? We made that one. Yo, I love it. I love it. I love it.
You heard it here first.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm like super backed up. I'm just gonna hit a couple of these. All right. Trip says chapter was a 9 out of 10. Loki upscale is insane right now. Ancient blooded giant with legendary devil fruit and devil fruit special weapon. I believe Ragnir alone possesses lightning abilities. And then he says, I don't believe trauma plus adversity equals conquerors because they say you are born with it. However, the trauma and adversity triggers its awakening.
Well, yeah, that's what that's necessary. So.
I like that. Conjuro had trauma and adversity.
But he bowed his head to another person. There's that one thing where there's one thing.
No, that's not the contingency for that. He just didn't get it. That's just what it is.
Okay, yeah, you know.
He wasn't
but he
born
could
with
have
it.
had it. He did. If I'm not mistaken, he probably did himself know that Oden 2 sword style. Interestingly enough to say, so there's room for certain people. This is why I told you, like, we talk about all the stuff we talk about, right? And like for me in the manga, just for any manga elitist that may be watching, if I've ever seen Black Lightning in a manga panel, a lot of people like to note it to not conquerors, to like, oh, that might just be their armament. That's their armament hockey. Da 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 da. I personally don't think so. I think even Black Lightning, when we seen it all Whole Cake Island, even all before that, I think the Black Lightning was just conquerors. It just means this person here is potentially a conqueror. That's kind of what I think it means. Like, we see it with Usopp in Ulti when Ulti headbutts him. You get what I'm saying? And Ulti was somebody that was literally in a clash with Luffy. You get what I'm saying? And we literally saw the hockey coming off of it, and we all assume this is just Luffy's, but he's in a clash with, Ulti. Luffy legit did a whole Gear 5 clash with Rob Lucci, Conquerors, and it was equal. You know what I'm saying? And then Rob Lucci is literally in the same anime. Rob Lucci is leaking the same red lightning when fighting Zoro.
Yep.
That's plenty of evidence for me to just be like, okay, he's probably a conqueror. Like he has a whole conqueror's clash with Luffy, equal. But it's up. Hey, it's in the air.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got. Oh, actually, if you're here and you haven't already, just a reminder: like the stream, please, and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell if you haven't already. Also, the link to the Discord, if you're not in it already, is in the chat. Nightbot's been putting it in. So
yeah, hop on sometimes after.
Yeah. Please jump to the Discord. We're gonna start doing polls and whatnot. I would love for you guys to interact with that.
For sure. Let me see. Alex is doing a lot of messaging. Domi Reversi seems closer to level 3 mark. Harold still only had power of level 2 mark. He was just influenced. He wasn't getting more power by being influenced, though.
I hear where Alex is coming from. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with yeah.
The power comes from him getting the mark. I think the influence is just the mindset. So that's why when Ree said it, I kept including the mark.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of I was kind of hitting on what
so
yeah, it depends on the person when because like you can get a level 2 mark, but like if you don't buy that fucking level, like you got like a level 2 mark or whatnot, that'll become fucking scary or some shit. You know what I mean? It's levels to like the person that gets the mark too. You know what I mean? It is levels to that shit.
Right. Okay, that's why I read that completely wrong. I thought he was saying he didn't get any additional power from that whole situation, which I'm like,
yeah, because you're contextually taking the whole situation. Him and Trip are zooming in on certain things, like how he was saying he believes lightning comes distinctly from Ragnir, and what's it called? Like you're going into you're reading the whole situation. He's specifying basically. That's all it is. But you're reading it the right way.
Got it. Okay. Where was I at? Critical mass was always there. I think the reason Gear 4 looks the way it does and drains the hockey like that is just that it's a form that uses Luffy's critical mass.
Agreed.
Yes, agreed. Because like I really do feel like how Nika said, like critical mass takes like is a level of like, your soul and whatnot, and so like it's really you putting like your soul into it and whatnot. That's the mass and whatnot. It's like I think it's your spirit, it's your soul. It's adding that weight and that level to it. Because really being a conqueror is your want, your spirit and whatnot, like the drive you have and whatnot. So it's you putting that drive, that want, that internal like thing into a physical form.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was saying. Remember the whole thing I was saying about the flames that come on Luffy's body? You also see on Katakuri as well when he's using hockey and the devil fruit. And we see, interestingly enough, we see with rocks. I think that whole grimoire thing is the black magic thing. So when the only Reversi is used and being used on rocks, we see. I think black magic is partially what helped make the devil fruits in some sense too. Because we see the same black flame patterns that we see on Luffy and Katakuri. You see them with rocks in his fight with Roger and Garp. And I think that's because Emu's fueling him with black magic. So that's, you know what I mean?
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, Nika. Hearing that warms my heart. The only reason why it warms my heart. I don't know the kick of like we're going to get magic played with in a big way because Oda said that in chapter one about like the sea spirits and sea witches like made fruits and you're cursed by the sea. That is straight up magic off rip chapter fucking 1, and we just getting the more elaborations on it, and I can't wait to get more. And honestly, I gotta say, be honest with you, I went back and watched some of our older streams. I've been getting some of the things I've been wanting before we get to Elbaf, because I watched our stream before we got to Elbaf, and I think we really should go back and watch that. There's some certain things that we wanted from Elbaf before we got to Elbaf when we're leaving like Egghead and whatnot, and I've really been getting those things of like I wanted to know more about magic, and I'm getting to know more about magic in fucking One Piece right now.
Yeah. Oda's answering questions in my book.
Yeah, like the whole fact that Elbaf is Fable backwards and whatnot, and he went back to the whole Fable backwards thing, translation and whatnot. I love that, and I'm glad that we're really getting some Fable magic deep shit now. Excuse my language and whatnot, but like I'm loving that.
Good, bro.
I'm loving that.
Okay. I could dig it. Were you gonna say something, Zal? No. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry.
Critical mass.
Okay. Real quick, this is random, but not really. You're still on the kick of this is completely random. Hakuba and Cavendish. I'm only on Dressrosa, that's why I'm talking about it. Mm-hmm. You already talked about it, Nika, but you didn't talk about it on the Strawhat Podcast. Can you just give your thoughts about that, please? Because
yes,
I remember you talking about it, going back and watching it now again in Dressrosa. I'm like, yo, no, that makes complete sense.
Bruh, Nika, get in your bag because this is clippable, like real shit. Because you predicted this so long ago, it's mind blowing.
Right. It's not a fully thought out theory as of yet. I was speculating. Shout out to my guy Benz. Shout out to my guy Ron Peace. Shout out to my guy Internet Kage from the Discord. So basically, we see the ring eyes. We see how it is with Emu. We also see how it is with Mihawk. We've also seen it with Big Mom. And interestingly enough, Big Mom has the soul fruit. And I do think it's something to do with souls, spirits, all the same will, intent, like inherited will, all that stuff. I think it has everything to do with that. Like if you look at Mihawk and how he perceives himself, he's the only person with a black blade and he has that. I think it's something of the line of, you know, he's in one with his blade, you can say. Like he has the one awakened sword. You can really see and say, because it's a black blade. So he's one with sword. Whatever his swordsmanship is, his one sword style, whatever it is that he do, world's strongest swordsman, that's what he is. Now, the sword has a will of its own. You get me? So that's where I think the other ring comes from. I think the other ring comes from basically just saying like more than one soul. I don't know how many, just more than one soul. For Mihawk, I think he has his soul. He's in one with his soul's in line with the blade is in line with his will. He's bended the blade to his will. I think the same thing could be said for maybe like a Big Mom, because she literally can talk to her sword. She doesn't have a black blade, but she has a double. She can literally talk to her sword and command it to do what it does. Like I said, she has the ringed eyes. Hakuba and Cavendish are two different entities in one body. I don't know the lore around his sword, so I made a speculation and kind of just made a jump. And it's more so along the lines of maybe he's wielding a blade he's not ready to be wielding. So maybe that other spirit that is Hakuba maybe it comes from his sword. I'm starting to think that. I don't know if he had this lore about him when he was growing up and it just happened all the time, or it happened when he picked up this in particular sword and became this type of swordsman. Because maybe he's wielding there's a line in Road to Laugh-Tale where it says there are some blades that manipulate their wielders to take the lives of others in tragic quirks of fate.
Yeah.
So that makes me think of people like Shiryu in a sense, because when we met Shiryu, they handed him his sword, and as soon as he undid it, his sword was glowing and everything, and he just like shoosh, and then he said, "I'm sorry." Like, you get what I'm saying? But it's like he did it because his sword requires him to take lives. That's a jump. No one has to agree with me on that. But it leads me to believe in that this lore has to come from somewhere. And we've seen Katetsu. Zoro had to get Katetsu in line the moment he started wielding it because it was cutting things he didn't want to cut. So Zoro had to whip it into shape. You get me? Enma, it could take the life of its wielder in itself. We don't know the requirements for every blade. But we can see, for me, what I say, I think we can see that from what Road to Laugh-Tale is saying, I think Hakuba and Cavendish, their situation is one for one what Road to Laugh-Tale is telling me. The sword manipulates its wielder to take the life of others in tragic quirks of fate. That sounds like this dude goes to sleep, wakes up a demon, and cuts everybody in half and like into shreds. With speed feet, what I ain't gonna say speed feats because you know it's Dressrosa, so it might not be up to par where we are now. But the speed that he was displaying at the time, it seemed pretty crazy. And then he even had to get it all in line. He had to, you know what I'm saying? He had that moment with Robin, and he was able to tap in and you know look at both sides of his soul, like be able to keep both sides of his soul in his side and Hakuba's side. He had to keep them reined in, and he was doing it. He was doing it because he needed Hakuba at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I don't know if that's just a thing for him or if it's for me. I think that could be that have something to do with the sword. Right now is what I'm calling it. I think he's using a sword that he probably wasn't meant to be wielding it in the first place. I think that's what happens when someone is not of great grade level but has a great grade sword. You get what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
Like Zoro got a sword like that when he was ready for a sword like that. Like he got Shusui. It was a great grade. It was probably one of the best grade grades because it's black, of course. But he only got that sword, and that sword probably didn't need to test him because he won the battle with the wielder of the blade, Ryuma. Even though it was the decrypted version of Ryuma, it wasn't. He's dead and everything. Zombie was still Ryuma. You know what I mean? That's who the blade was. That's who was wielding the blade. Zoro defeated that person. The Blade understands that. Zoro's okay. The Sword's okay with Zoro wielding. It doesn't actually test Zoro. But Enma didn't. He didn't. It's not like he beat Oden. You know what I'm saying? Like this. So Enma's definitely gonna test him. So you know what I'm saying? That's how I think that goes. But it's not a confined theory. I don't know if it's anything you could clip, Ree. But since everybody wanted me to talk about it, I'm gonna talk about it because I do think it's something we need to look at, and we never gotten to anything about it yet. And that's one of the few things in Road to Laugh Tale. I always go over it every now and again. I'm just like, we haven't gotten to this yet. Yeah. That's why as soon as I seen the Loki thing, I was like, oh shoot, because I thought they were gonna do it for Momonosuke. The way his silhouette is, I thought they were gonna do that for Momonosuke if he ever pulled up and he was awakened. You get me? Like he had hybrid form, and we see a smoke silhouette around him. I'm like, oh shoot, that boy might be awakened. And he got a form. It would be the alternate form that he drew for Kaido, which is still a possibility, all the same. But now that I see Loki with it, and I'm like, okay, if this is some type of dragon, or if it's a wolf, that silhouette can match. So it could still be Fenrir. It could still be Nidhogr, either one. But I think it'd be dope if Oda actually combines the two of these animals and just makes some whole new One Piece thing. Because he already started getting interesting. And like Nidhogr is already the lightning dragon, and it's not actually a lightning dragon. So he's already doing his own spin. So why not? We already seen the Strawhats posted with the big wolf, the big dragon. It fits. Like, you know what I mean? What if he could turn into both? What if he could turn into two different forms? Maybe there's some reason to it being legendary. He could turn into a wolf man or a wolf, and then he could turn into a Nidhogr. I don't know.
I'm not even gonna lie. I would love for Oda to play around with the mythology, because like he could play around with like the wolf, that the wolf, the wolf that supposed to eat the moon, ate the dragon in a weird way, you know what I'm saying? Or the dragon ate the wolf. You could definitely play around with different ways and whatnot, and be on his own like mythology. You know what I'm saying? Like I hear niggas like he really like play around with it, and it really would like have people like, ooh, damn, yeah, that's a unique twist and whatnot. Oda has a whole like range to play around with it, and yeah, niggas very right. That
in the new Giant Warrior Pirates flag, if you ever look up their flag, we see it in the series. It's kind of blocked out by a word bubble, but the outside of it, it's a dragon.
Yeah,
it's a dragon. So it's like, okay, the Nidhogr whole thing, the theme of them already. It's like, okay, and that seeing that is like, okay, so it makes sense for Loki to. I don't think he'll join the crew, but I think him and Hadrudin co-captain the you know what I'm saying? I think they will co-captain the new Giant Warrior Pirates. I don't know how active. I don't know how it's gonna go, because I do think Hadrudin wants to be king, and maybe he could be king end of series, or he could be king now, because after this situation, Elbaf would need some reformation. But this is, to me, we're in Final Saga. Anything I see happen accounts towards the final war. That's how I look at it, especially involving Emu. So I think Elbaf, all the warriors of Elbaf, Hadrudin, whatever, they all gearing up to go and do what they got to do when the final call comes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I can take it. What's going on, liability? What's going on, brothership? He says, Happy New Year's, fam. God bless y'all. God bless you, man. Happy New Year's to you too, man. Liability says, hope the stream is going well. It is. Okay. And good to see both of y'all, man. Okay. Final thoughts, and then I'm gonna read like 2 comments, and then we're out of here. Fooly, what you got?
Okay, well, my final thoughts on the chapter and whatnot is I'm hoping to see more of this chapter. In all honesty, I'm hoping to see more. And when I say see more, I'm hoping to see more in the sense of like I want to see everything wrapped up with like the Big Mom stuff, like some of the things in the Big Mom like flashback and whatnot. Because I know some people say that we hope they give you a Big Mom flashback. Because I do want to know things about Lola and whatnot, and I feel like we won't get that wrapped up anytime soon with in anything like that. But that's something that I do want in this, like, that it's just my final note and whatnot. I do want to get like certain things wrapped up in Elbaf so we can move along. Because there are things that like people still want in a sense, and I do want that wrapped up. And I'm hoping that we get that, because like there's so many more. But yeah, great chapter. Hope to get more next week and whatnot. Hope that we're still in the flashback. I know some people don't want us to be. I hope we still are.
No, I hate that. No, I don't want the
I do.
flashback.
I want to still be in the flashback. Yeah.
Nami should be the one to ask Loki about the Lola stuff. That's all I wanted to say.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point. Especially having her. No, that's a great point, actually.
Yeah. Nami should be the lore drop for that.
Yeah, she had the whole interaction in Thriller Bark and
Whole Cake, lead into Whole Cake and her finding out more stuff. I could understand her wanting to are you supposed to marry Lola? Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. All right. Nika, final thoughts, bro.
Final thoughts, dope chapter. Loved it. I'm glad to see Gabon and Shanks, they have conkers, but they don't have it to where they know critical mass. Because even Harold was saying they didn't know how to deal with someone that was like a Holy Knight that had conquerors. So I thought that was a good note to know. So chapter was phenomenal. I'm gonna be honest with you, going forward, if we're in the flashback still fully, I would want some, not all the chapter being in the flashback, some. But I don't want them to actually touch upon the Shanks and Loki stuff. I don't want that to come until after the chapter. I'm not after Elbaf when Luffy finally has to sit down with Loki and have that conversation about Shanks.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, not just yet. Okay. And I'm loving all the vibes right now. I just want to see what Hadrudin's reaction is after hearing this story, because this was 3 minutes for him and it was damn near a year for us. So
facts, bro. God.
See what he has to say about this. He better not.
He better my freaking captain back, bro.
Yeah.
Sick of all this, man.
Free Loki.
I just love the Doflamingo Loki parallels. Like Harold thinks he wants to be a god. Doflamingo's father wants to be a human. It's just beautiful, and I love it. And I hope we do get past this flashback. I don't need this flashback anymore. I promise you, I don't need this flashback anymore. We've done it for 4 months now. Let's move on. Let's get back.
It's been like 8 months, bro.
Yeah, it started before Rock, so don't forget.
Oh, I don't need this anymore. But we're good. That's all I have to say about that.
Berry with the straws in it. What's your thoughts?
To be honest, I had a thought in my head, and after y'all talked about it, it kind of sounded stupid. But I'm more so interested to see what is going to happen with Brooke. Because the thought that popped into my head when you guys were talking about, how Brooke is dead, can't be Domi Reversied, it made me think of Moria and Perona. Yes, they have souls. Yes, they are alive, but because, their devil's fruits work a certain kind of way. So it made me think about okay, well, how is this going to play out if they were to maybe become victims? Could they become victims?
Okay.
That's my thought.
Okay. And I will read 2 comments and then we'll get out. Trip says Loki top 5 and he might be over 5. Okay. I can dig it. That's a lot coming from Trip. Someone's in the top 5 with Rayleigh. Once Big Mom and Kaido get back, we'll get the Loki and Lola history. And then Dizzy said something slightly off topic, but Wolf made me think of it. Highly recommend reading Gachiakta. It has power system, missing history, lore like One Piece, and my God, it's just fire. Okay.
Agreed. I might start reading it after my season 1 rewatch.
Oh yeah, it's good. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's very good. It has good representation and whatnot. The mangaka really goes out their way to say yes, the characters are African American and whatnot, And with the live action that went out, she really went out her way to say, "I would like y'all to have black, like African Americans that speak Japanese, because like how in the Jujutsu Kaisen they had like someone African American to play African American person who spoke Japanese to play a character and whatnot. She wanted the same thing, the same representation in the live action and whatnot. So a lot of people have been talking about that in the anime community and whatnot with the whole live action of Gachakura, because the creator did come out and say she would like people of our nationality to play the characters and whatnot that can speak Japanese and whatnot. So like, yeah, that's what, like, is a good representation. They have really gone away. As the creator, it is the person who has taken up the reins. She is the person that's taken the reins from the person who created Fire Force and Soul Eater and whatnot. She worked on Fire Force and Soul Eater.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
I can dig it.
No.
All right. Sushi said, dope stream. Love the vibes here. Appreciate you. All right. Well, that's it, man. We'll catch y'all on Monday for no break week, right? Got another chapter?
I'm not
Hey, let me check Viz.
sure.
Viz will tell me right now. Hold on.
It's a break week.
Is it break week?
It is? Hold on. I can tell you right now.
Or if it's a break week, shit.
Yeah, it is. It is a break week.
Oh shit! The idea that I have, I'm about to bust that down quicker than I thought.
Of course, it's a break. Okay, well, you know what we're doing next week. It's a prediction stream. So, either way, all right. I'll catch y'all on Monday. Y'all have a good week. Peace.